another edition of the C3 Friday Free for All, the show for Panther fans by Panther fans. I'm your host, Cody Lashley, coming at you again with another show that is literally yours. If you would like to join the show today, the link to join is in the chat room, pinned to the top of the chat. It is also in the description of all the Facebook and YouTube links. We appreciate everybody for being here, man. At a time when we really should be looking forward to the match against Atlanta and talking about the matchup, which inevitably we are going to do today. Bro, we're talking about Brian Burns, him potentially not being there for the week one starter against Atlanta. And now our entire fan base is questioning, is Scott Fitterer worth a hot damn? I don't know. You tell me, man. It is your show for the fans, by the fans. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell for every single time the C3 Panthers pod goes live. Let me make some of these introductions so we can jump right into the show. My brother, my man, he might tell you to shut the hell up. It's Panther Pickle. Pickle, what's up, dude?
Man, I tell you what, Scott Fitterer, get off your can and do something. You lazy SOB. Let me tell you what, either sign him, cut him, trade him, flip him up on the right side. Do something, brother. Do damn something. Quit being so damn cheap. It ain't your fucking money, you cheap ass. Let me tell you what, Scott Fitterer has never signed a high-quality free agent in his entire time here, ever.
And if
the
he did,
high-quality free agent he's ever signed was Austin Corbett, and he got him on the cheap after everybody else ignored him.
And if he did, he let him go, like Hassan Reddick and Stephon Gilmore, man. Dude, we're gonna delve into it today, man. You already know.
And Perryman.
Yeah, Perryman too,
DJ
dude.
Moore.
Hey, bro, it's bro. All right, man. Let me go to my next person. My man of many jerseys. He's a big-time Ohio State fan. It seems like all the Ohio State players, they're getting paid big time, bro. Shout out to them. But it's my dog, JJ. JJ, what's up, brother?
What's up, y'all, man? It's a Friday free-for-all, the last Friday free-for-all before the season starts.
Yes, sir.
We're able to get all your opinions. Hope everyone joins. I'm sure it'll be a stack day. I hope Tony or Greg or even CK, any of the other guys join. Hope G-Baby and all those other guys join. I'm excited to talk Panthers football and how we're going to smoke the Falcons. That's really it.
And that'll be a big question today. That'll be a big question today. Do we even feel like the Panthers have a good chance to beat Atlanta with the absence of Brian Burns? If that's truly what we're facing, it's going to make a great discussion. The next man up, my man, the brand ambassador himself. You know him, you love him. He gives the best outros of any person on the Friday Free For All. It's my man Don D's Ill Skills. What's up, brother?
Nothing much. Good to be with my brothers here on the C3. On Red Alert here. Red Alert, guys. We've got a game coming up on Sunday. It's against the division opponent, the Falcons. We're going down to Atlanta. We're going to tear up some Falcons. We got to get this Panthers crew, these Panthers fans ready to cheer. We got to find a way to win despite injuries and despite contractual problems. We got to still win this game. It matters. We're in this one. We don't have a first round pick, so let's have a good year and let's start it out on the right foot.
I hear you, man. I'm hoping that we can do just that, Don. All this news around Brian has just thrown everything into chaos. But hey, man, we are being joined by the man himself. The reason this channel is even the thing, you know him, you love him, it's the professor, Tony Dunn on the Free For All. Tony, what's up, brother?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. How you feeling right now, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Been working hard, with life and working hard with the podcast and the website. It's our time to get going, right? It's like the time is here. We have been counting down the days, and now it's here, and I've done a radio appearance today. Which I do every Friday. I have put up like 4 stories in the last 2 days. I just posted one on Carolina Cat Chronicles right now.
That's right.
I'm going to plug this, guys. Look at this. I think, let me pull it up the right way. So, I mean, I've been putting out, look, we're just trying to, I'm excited, man. I'm excited about football. And I think that our work on the podcast has shown that. Look at this. Check out the website right now. It's been rocking and rolling. Look, Spidey senses tingling. Brian Burns' contract standoff has just went live right now. Pounded that out just now. So like, look, I mean, we've been putting up the shorts. I've just been having fun, man. I'm ready to watch some football on Sunday.
I'm so happy.
By the way, we are Colorado. We are Buffalo.
Baby.
Go Buffs.
Go Buffalo. Hell yeah, boy. Shout out to my man, Dion Primetime Sanders, doing it big. He's about to show Matt Rule what's up. Man, I'm ready to do it, ready to talk about it. Next up, my man, he is a fan of a show that was named iCarly, but he's also one of the biggest C3 fans, man, so we don't even mind. It's my dog, Anthony Picarello. What's up, G?
What's going on? I told you I go by Barry McCockiner now, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyways, I'm here for it. You already know, man. Always love the Friday free-for-all. But I got to say, Matt Rule, suck one this weekend. Scott Fitter, suck one. David Tepper, suck one. We need Burns on the field, man. What is going on? You'll get all the content today on the Friday free-for-all if y'all are tuning in, man. So you already know what's up with it.
That's it. I appreciate you, Anthony. Next up, a long-time listener and contributor to the C3 Panthers podcast, my homie, Jay Stubbs. What's up, baby?
What it do, baby? Couple things this weekend. We got some fights. We got some. Hopefully, Colorado drops a 100 ball. And the biggest thing ever is my hunch that we're all going to wake up Sunday, get our beer ready, get our popcorn. We're going to hear breaking news. Brian Burns signs an extension. He gets 2 sacks.
That's what I need to see.
And the season goes on with a bang.
I hope so. I hope you're right, man.
That they announced the Joe Burrow contract right after kickoff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Good for him, man.
But the NFL is good at the drama.
Then when you read the amount of money he's going to have to pay in taxes, bro, it's wild, man.
I don't give a damn, bro. Sign that contract, my boy.
Yeah, he's still rich as fuck, no doubt.
Good problem to have.
All right, we're almost through with our intros. Next up, my man has been helping produce the House Divided podcast every Wednesday, talking college football. It's my man, Evan Sports Talk. Evan, what's up, bro?
What up? Ready to talk some Panthers football with a game right around the corner on Sunday. So excited for the NFL season to be here. It is finally here, and it's going to be a good season, hopefully.
Yes, sir. I'm hoping, man. We're down bad, dude. We need one. We really need one bad. Next up, my man, he's been on every free-for-all for the past 2 months. Love having him. He's also in every space on Twitter with our man Pickle and our man Diesel Skills. It's my man C3 Cole. Cole, what's up, dude?
Yes, sir. What's going on, Cody? Like, I know the game is on Sunday, but I am already in my feelings. But I'm jacked up about this game coming up on Sunday, and I'm glad to be spending another Friday night with my brothers. Let's get into it.
Happy to have you, boy. Happy to have you. Next up, another longtime viewer and listener of the C3 Panthers pod. We love having him on every time. Michael Wydrick. Michael, what's up, dude?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing this Friday?
Doing good, man. Doing good, dude. Happy to have you, man.
Okay.
Just ready to talk ball.
Okay, I'm ready for Sunday too. So I hope we fucking win. But if we
let's go.
I'm gonna be fucking warning you guys. We've been overhyping this motherfucking team all too long. So they're expecting unexpected. Because I'm gonna be pissed off if we fucking lose.
I think you're not the only one.
Well, if we do lose, Cody, this show will be popping. You hear me?
Oh, for sure, man. Listen, hit the like button no matter what, because if we win or lose, we're either going to be your therapy session or your victory session. Let's go, boy. Anyway, man, let's jump into this show. The Carolina Panthers have not yet struck a deal with Brian Burns, even though Nick Bosa has been paid with the San Francisco 49ers talks have been underway for a while now. But Brian Burns posted this today, man, to his Instagram. The Spider-Man symbiote suit in the ring with his head down. His brother, Hype Man Lucci, put an angry emoji out on Twitter. Bro, let me ask y'all this straight up. Do the Carolina Panthers even have a chance Sunday against the Atlanta Falcons without our primary edge rusher and Brian Burns? It's a free-for-all. Jump on it, boys.
You're damn right we got a chance. I tell you what, it's about time. It's about time all these other jackasses we have on this roster step up to the plate. Okay? Mario Barno, I heard this week that you're a stud special teamer. Well, that's nice and sweet. When you get a chance, get on the field and knock the hell out of that quarterback. Take that so-called stud running back they got and take him down for a 10-yard loss. Then we'll say maybe we don't need Burns. Till then, all of you, and I mean all of you, are just chumps behind him.
Who's their quarterback?
I would say
Desmond
no
Ridder.
because I would say no because honestly, it's going to be a big fucking distraction to us. And then we're going to be wondering, oh, why the fuck didn't Brian Burns get paid yet? Why the fuck is he still on the team? We need to trade his ass if he's not getting paid the fucking bag, dude. That's bullshit. We shouldn't be waiting this fucking long.
And Michael, the fact that last year the Los Angeles Rams offered us 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick in 2022.
And I was killed for saying trade him, Cody. Let's just say
man. A lot of people wanted to trade him. And here's the deal. The Panthers turned it down because they felt like Brian Burns was going to be a cornerstone piece of their defense that they were going to build around. So apparently the rumors were that Brian and his team are looking for somewhere around $27 to $28 million per year. And again, this is just the biggest rumor. This isn't necessarily confirmed, but he's looking for somewhere between $27 and $28 million a year. And the Panthers reportedly are only looking to spend around $23 to $24 million a year. My question is, why are we bickering over what, $4-5 million? Like, you know that you were going to have to pay him.
It's $20 million, but yeah.
You know that you need him right now. It's like, what? I do not understand this for the life of me, man. And it makes me feel dumb for defending Scott Fitterer as long as I have.
Exactly. That's what my dad told me too. Because my dad and me were talking about this yesterday. Because he said, oh, well, why don't the Raiders pick up Brian Burns from your team and we give you Chandler Jones? And I'm thinking, okay, that might be questionable. But at the same time,
that's a horrible offer.
No. Chandler Jones is 33 years old, and he wants money. He wants a big contract too. If I'm going to give anybody a big contract, it's going to be somebody like a 25-year-old Burns.
Exactly.
It could be a 33-year-old. And also Randy Strover in the chat that says Burns never had a 10-yard loss. You're right, but the last year was the first time Brian Burns ever had 2 sacks, and yet he wants $30 million a year.
Let me just put it like this. Let me put it like this.
In D-Baby's voice.
Like,
okay, so
hold on, Michael. Let me let Anthony get in real quick. Go ahead.
Okay.
This is the bottom line, man. This is the bottom line. When you turn down a trade like that, you're telling every other team in the league that you value Brian Burns very, very highly, which means if you're a smart GM, if you're a smart organization, you pay him, you negotiate contracts. They should have been talking contracts in the middle of that season after they declined the deal. Now you're at a point where you have no leverage and you're still trying to lowball this man into thinking he's less than what he is. And yes, I don't necessarily agree he's worth the top money yet, but the market's going up, one. And two, we have no leverage. So why are they still trying to do this lowball shit, man? It doesn't make any sense. And it's like, you're not going to receive a trade that's as great as that haul that you could have got.
How much did Bosa get?
He got 34. But that's both
Mhm.
and like now it's like just give him what he wants, and it's a $5 million difference. Why are we cheap with good players, but we're fine with signing mid players? It doesn't make any sense.
We declined that trade like week 8 of last year, by the way. And
Yeah,
now it's
and
week 1 of this year, and we still ain't got a contract.
we
It's
had
like
no
if you
problem.
decline that big of a package, you would think your cornerstone that you value that high, you would have a deal lined up the next day for him to sign.
Do you think that was real, or do you think that was?
Yes,
I
You
do
think
think
it
it's
was,
real.
you don't think it was disinformation,
No,
dude?
I think you're,
No,
the
bro.
you're the only one who doesn't believe that.
Brian
was
Burns
real.
is really actually.
I am the only one that doesn't believe that,
Yeah, you're
because
the
it
only
seems
one
like
that ever
first is like the Rams didn't have enough horses anyway to get after it.
No,
and
was-
it just seems like such a over the top offer.
I still wouldn't have took that offer. I don't think that offer was as good as you people think it was.
2 1s
I
and a
do.
2.
Yo, you're tripping, Pickle.
But
Pickle,
there was never one.
You're
With the way
fucking
we
with
draft,
something, bro.
You're right.
There
There
was
was
one
got
at a
no
time,
players
guys.
out of
One
it.
at a time.
Good.
Y'all need to shut the hell up. What you need to do. Now, let me tell you something. Now, that's right. Now, my problem with that trade was the first pick you were getting in 2023. You was getting an extra second round pick. The way Scott Fitterer drafts, you wouldn't have got a good guy anyway. He'd have probably drafted
DJ Johnson,
Kyle Allen or somebody from that was
DJ
supposed to be a sixth round. Probably drafted a
YGM.
fucking punter or some shit.
Yeah,
So
dude.
exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't draft any fucking way. So then the first round pick would have took place in 2024. The other first round pick would have took place in 2025. If I'm going to trade Brian Burns for some picks, it's going to be in right away drafts where I need him and I can use him.
That's
Right,
still
but-
Well, those are right away right now, bro.
Wait,
Here's
wait,
what
hold
you're not
on.
understanding.
Wait. Let me get off, Pickle. Keep in mind, everybody's saying the Rams could have a top 5 pick this year.
2 years in a row.
By the way,
Exactly.
even if we don't go on quarterback, because obviously we have Bryce, we might be able to pick up a dominant
That's still
corner
value.
or receiver. What about like a Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Or replace
Don't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
start, bro.
But
To be
he
able to-
does bring up a point, Cody, is that it wasn't a 2023. Like, we wouldn't have gotten the draft pick this year,
No.
which doesn't make
But
it
it's
And,
still
and in
valuable.
reality, all you're doing is giving to Chicago bad. If you would have traded Brian Burns week 8, you're going to guarantee you. And let me tell you what, half the staff you got now, you probably wouldn't have.
Right.
You probably don't need to trade
a
up
lot
for,
of that.
for Bryce.
You
Exactly, JJ, but we're not going down that road. Let me just say this real
No.
quick. I honestly think that we should have traded Burns in the Bears package because then
Yes.
we had to give up less picks, and then
Yep.
we would have kept DJ Moore, and then
Exactly.
and then you could have just focused way more on the defense. And it's
a
not
lot of
like,
shoulda, coulda,
and
woulda.
let's be honest, the defense has more foundational and upcoming pieces than the offense does. So even if you're losing Burns, you could be able to draft more defensive
I
players.
disagree with that take.
That's fine,
still,
Tony.
hold
It
on,
all
hold on,
comes back.
Hold on, though. What we're not saying though yet is we've always acknowledged we can only pick in the first round. That would have been from 23 through 25, 5 first-round picks. That's
No, that
like
was
half
Marty.
your offense or half your defense, and we would have actually had at least 4 starters out of that. At least 4 really good starters out of that. And that would have been bigger in a three-year window than probably ever.
But
And
keep
just
in mind, we would
remember-
have moved up for a quarterback, and we would have never been out of a first round pick.
We wouldn't
Not
have
only-
needed to move
Not,
up.
right, not only
We
would
would
you
have been
have
bad last year.
right, not only would you have had another second round pick at your disposal last year in 2023, but now going into next year, we would have another pick, and then in 2025, we would have 2 picks in the first round. So, but again, it's all the dumber, and I want to piggyback off what Pickle said. A lot of these coaches probably would not have come here if you didn't have a player like Brian Burns, which makes this all the more dumb. You knew that you were going to a 3-4. You knew that your pass rush was going to be predicated upon your outside linebackers. They were that important to you, and you want to piss and moan over $4 or $5 million? Like, what happens if he plays under the 5th-year option this year and does what we all want him to and picks up, 17 or 18 sacks? Then the price is way over
30
$30
plus.
million.
30
Shit,
plus.
I'll pay it.
That's what I said last
What if he
Next
gets
year-
8 sacks this
Hey,
year?
Cody.
What if you make
Exactly,
but-
which is more
Hold on,
likely.
Cody.
Tony,
What if you
all
make
he
him
has
play a
ever-
5th-year
all he has
option out?
ever done is gotten better and better and better.
Nah, that's
every
not
year.
true.
Yes, it is.
He
No,
had
that's
very
very good.
9-9.
No,
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Cody,
Cody, if you're
9-9,
decent,
and
then
then
you're
he got
decent,
12.
and then you're
No,
decent, and then you're more
Cody,
decent.
There's
Not,
two
you're not
things.
great.
There's two things to this, real quick. The first thing is that I don't understand this, because if you value Brian Burns this high, you're clearly telling us that's bullshit when you're being a bunch of pussies about a $4 million contract difference. That makes no sense.
It could be.
And then-
It could be years. It could be the time of the length of the contract or
The guaranteed money.
guaranteed money. It
But
might
if
not
it
just
is-
Still,
but if
but
it
Tony,
is,
you're
you gotta
missing the
afford
point.
that.
Tony,
You're
hold
missing
on,
the
Tony.
point. We
You
knew
can't do
we had
it
to
either.
cross.
You got-
We
Hold
knew
on,
we had to
Anthony.
cross this
It's-
bridge. Like, we knew this.
You
Like,
got to
we
do
knew
one or
this.
the other. You
better
can't
to pay
trade and
than
not sign
make-
nobody.
Right. They want to
Hang
be
on.
stingy. They want to be stingy now, and then they don't want to give up anything. Hold on, Pick. I want to get some more people in because we have some
Alright.
people in the background that are waiting to come in. Yes, I see you, G baby. Don't your ass go nowhere, because I know he's gonna turn this conversation up another level. But I want to make sure I get everyone. Let me go Don, and then I'll go Evan. Let me get y'all's opinions, man. Like, what do you think that we have a chance against Atlanta without Brian Burns? And who do you blame for letting things devolve this badly? We'll start with you, D's.
Right. So against Atlanta, if we don't have Burns, the only thing I can think of is Houston. Can you read me? Houston, are you there? Because we need Justin Houston to come up big time in that game. And I don't know how much gas he's got left in the tank or how much tread is left in them tires, but we need to kick him one good time coming this Sunday. It is one thing we didn't mention about this trade and the Bosa contract, right? It's the same agent, for those that didn't know, Brian Burns and Bosa. So Burns' agent was waiting on the Bosa signing because he knew that was going to reset the market. He gets paid off. He wants Burns to get paid as much as possible because he gets a cut of that, a percentage.
He can't get paid more than Bosa though, bro.
No,
Sorry.
I didn't say that. But so the guaranteed money for Bosa was like $24 million a year. So why don't we do one better for Brian Burns? Say, okay, bro, we're going to pay you $25 million per year, and if you break the Panthers sack record this season, we'll give you a $5 million bonus. And I think that would make everybody happy.
Yeah, like make it incentive laden. Like,
What's our record? He's
give
not
him some
beating it,
good,
bro.
give him some good money, but also give him those things to make him the highest paid player, man. I don't know. To me, it's the dumbest thing in the world. It has me rethinking everything I ever thought about Scott Fitterer, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let
Hey,
me go to
Cody.
my man.
I told you.
Let Evan go, guys. Let Evan go.
Let me get everybody in, then I'll open it up to everybody. My man Evan, jump in on this, bro. Where do you think this went wrong, and who do you put the blame on?
Well, I put the blame on Scott Fitterer, and I think it went wrong. If he's only asking for 27 to 28 million, like you said, I would offer that to him. I mean, that's less than what some people have been saying is what he's been asking for, which is like 30 million. So I would easily give him that because, I mean, 27 to 28 million per year. I mean, he's got to do. I definitely agree with Anthony that, like, I don't think he's worth like a Bosa deal or like a super huge amount. I wouldn't say he's even worth like 30 million maybe, but getting that deal of 27 to 28, that would be a reasonable deal. I mean, he's better than Max Crosby, I would say. So he's better than that Max Crosby deal that they apparently have offered him. So
what did he get, Crosby?
23.
He's got like 23.5 million or something.
He got paid last year.
Yo, I'm at such a crossroads with this. Like, I'm gonna just say this right now. I think we should just trade Brian Burns for T. Higgins in a first. Like,
Hey,
just
It's
fuck
better
it.
to just pay Brian
it.
Burns now that 27 to 28, or even the Nick Bosa contract before he really earn it. Then we really gonna have to overpay more next year and then it will actually reset the market.
To me, I have not yet heard, and I've listened out to everyone, but I have not heard one good reason why the Panthers should not pay Brian Burns the money that he's asking for. Even if you believe, but even if you believe that he's not worth that dollar amount, there's no way that it doesn't hurt us more than not having him for the entire season. Let me bring in my man Cole, and then I'm gonna rotate some people and get everyone in here. Cole, what are you thinking, man? How you feeling about this whole thing?
Mistake number one, Cody Lack. As soon as that shit leaked about the Rams doing what they offered, he should have been signed the next day because you gave all of your leverage away. That on top of Burns knows that he's probably the best defensive player on our team. And although he is probably not worth $30 million a year like everybody says, to the Carolina Panthers and what he means to us, and more importantly, who we would have coming on the field if he is not out there, he is worth way more than that. I know he's not going to get it, but those numbers, they're there for a reason. Like, he's our best player. His ass needs to get paid immediately so you can go ahead and get him locked into the defense so we don't have any kind of distractions and keep this chemistry going forward.
Well said. Perfectly
said. Let me say this, too. I said this in the space. I think this is a David Tepper problem, too. Because remember when he was all after Deshaun Watson, and the only reason he didn't come here was because Tepper wasn't willing to guarantee that third and fourth year. It's like, man, you have to do this to get premium talent. This is just a business. You're a billionaire. Stop being a pussy and just give him the money. It's that simple.
For the record, though, I'm happy we didn't do that Deshaun deal because
that would have been.
I mean, yeah, me either.
The benefit,
it would take 2 months to change your mind real quick.
The benefit, though, is that when you have an owner with deep pockets, he's supposed to be able to come up with these contracts if these owners are supposed to have all that money in escrow. But listen, man, now you know it's a free-for-all when the big homie himself, Brian Burns' #1 hater, in the building. G, baby, what's up, dog?
Shit.
Talk to me, man.
God.
What's up, G?
What's good with you, boys?
Somebody play Ether music.
What's up, man?
G,
Y'all sound like a bunch of bitches to me, bro.
Tony, hit the shut the hell up button.
Let the man speak.
Y'all sound so fucking soft right now, bro. I'm so disappointed in my dogs, bro. Y'all are scared of Atlanta?
Bullshit.
Did we ever say that at all, bro?
Y'all don't think we can be in Atlanta without Brian fucking Burns?
I think we can.
That's what you guys have been saying. Pickle, you said that shit last Friday.
What did I say last Friday?
We couldn't be in Atlanta without Brian Burns, bro.
Well, I was drunk last Friday. That don't count.
Yeah, Pickle said to start the show that he thinks Brian Barno and other guys need to step up. My question, though, is if everybody's been complaining the whole time about the lack of edge rusher outside of Brian, why now do we all of a sudden feel like now that we're without him, oh, yeah, we'll be fine? Amari Barno and YGM are sure to do just the trick.
You guys are looking at one fucking position, bro. There's 11 people on the fucking defense. 11. There's not just fucking one. There's 11 fucking people, bro.
Exactly.
Y'all need to stop sleeping on this fucking defense, bro. We have playmakers. The last time I checked, all we've done is draft defense for the past 5 fucking years. What are you guys talking about?
Who's the playmakers?
They were ranked 22nd.
Who are the playmakers on the defensive line, G?
We have Shy Tuttle. We have Derek Brown, bro.
Bro says Shy Tuttle.
What are you guys talking about, bro?
Who the fuck is Shy Tuttle?
Shy Tuttle's solid. Y'all better stop sleeping on Shy Tuttle.
Come on, bro.
Even Derek Brown.
I didn't say
Cody.
He got one highlight.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this. Hold on. You guys want to sign one motherfucker and forget the other 4 motherfuckers?
We're gonna
we still have Iggy. We still have Chet. We still have Derek Brown. We still have fucking JC Ford, bro.
I'm get involved in this conversation.
Chin is not worth
for the last damn year, I've heard you people suck Scott Fitterer's dick. So you need to shut the hell up because he ain't doing the reach around for you. All right, that's just what that bullshit is. Scott Fitterer ain't doing the reach around and signing who you want him to sign, and now you all going all to hell. We're gonna lose.
Don't pop a vessel, Pickle. Relax. Let's get it started.
Cook.
We're 30 minutes in.
Take us in
Relax.
there, boy.
It's a free for all, baby.
What the hell up to?
Get his ass.
You don't know what that shit means, but it sounds good about it.
Hey, Cody, I got a question though. For real. I got a question though.
We have playmakers on the defensive side of the ball, man. Like, we still have fucking Shaq Thompson in the middle.
The deal done?
Wait, hold up, G. Let my man Jay Stubbs get off. Go ahead, Jay.
Does anybody here really think we're not going to get this deal done before tomorrow? Before Sunday?
Yeah,
I do.
I think it gets done this weekend, bro.
Jay, at this point, to me, listen, Jay, I hope you're right, and I hope that happens. I have no reason to believe in that at this point. Like, why is it that now we should believe in a last-minute deal when it hasn't even been done up until this point? And by the way,
we're talking about Brian fucking Burns, bro. Yeah, and I heard earlier, Brian Burns is not better than Max Crosby. Brian Burns is not better than fucking Max Crosby, bro. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
They're about the same.
You guys are such Panther fans, bro. Wake the fuck up, bro. Come on, bro. God damn, dude. Like, Brian Burns has hit double-digit sacks once. Once, bro.
So is Max Crosby, only once.
So hold on, bro. We're in year 5, and you motherfuckers are still talking about potential. So 2 years go by, we're gonna be in year 7 and on to year 8, and you motherfuckers are still gonna be talking about potential with Brian Burns. So we pay him the bag. What if he doesn't live up to the bag? What if he gets a single digit sack?
Sacks for us.
Hold on, Jay. Meanwhile, Jeremy Chan has not accomplished near as much. Dante Jackson.
Jeremy Chin got a rookie fucking deal. He doesn't have a big fucking bag coming, bro.
Nobody else is worthy of money on this team more than Brian Burns.
How can you say that, bro? You guys wasn't fighting this hard for Christian McCaffrey when we fucking disowned Christian McCaffrey. You guys wasn't fighting this hard for fucking DJ Moore, but you want to fight hard for Brian Burns?
No, don't say that. Christian McCaffrey is a fucking
come on. Hold on. Christian McCaffrey got that money because he was the best player at his position. He was the best running back in the entire NFL. Brian Burns is not the best edge rusher, bro. What are we talking about? Man, y'all are some bitches, bro. No, man, fuck that, man. Y'all soft. Pick up your fucking nuts and stick out your fucking chest.
And now I'm getting your ass, bro. So, but first off, let me go to hold on, JJ. Let me go to Tony, and then I want to bring someone new into the show. Go ahead, Tony.
I first want to congratulate G Baby for taking a position and sticking with it, and taking the road less traveled. I think that sometimes too many people have just prematurely said pay, whatever. And I understand that he is I think, like Cole said, he's essential to the team at this point, given the rest of the depth at the defensive front. We committed to him long ago, particularly when we let Hassan Reddick go, and kind of pushed our chips in on him there. But I think that G Baby brings up a really good point, that you guys keep talking about potential, and he has only gotten double-digit sacks once, and you said he's gotten better every year. I don't know if that's he's kind of been about the same player every year. Maybe he's gotten a little bit better against the run. I think that when you there is a reason Brian Burns wants the contract right now so bad. Right? And that is, so you guys are saying, what if he goes out there and balls out and gets 15 sacks, how much he's going to cost? Well, what if he goes out there and gets 8 sacks this year? And they made him play under a 5th-year contract. And then they say, you know what? We told you we were right.
It's classic Panthers, though. Like,
Yeah,
but I mean, I think you guys are also just assuming that his natural trajectory is
Tony,
just 15, 16
we got to do
sacks,
either one. We got to trade him or pay him. You can't just let him walk.
Tony, no, you don't have to.
Yeah,
you can. I mean, in theory, you could. I mean, I agree with. I think you guys are right. Is that you kind of missed the opportunity to trade him? I think you probably it would be wise to just find a way to get this deal done, but I don't think it's as imperative. He's not going to sit out the whole season.
No.
Yeah, but if you're talking
you
about
could just be a dick. You could just say this: go fucking play. And then what are you going to say? Somebody tried to tell me, oh, but you're going to get a half-ass Burns. No, you're not. You're going to get a Burns that's going to try to prove to the Panthers.
And then it'll be even more expensive.
And then you go franchise tag.
Tony, that I mean,
franchise tag.
Cody,
and then he won't sign it.
Well, what did he do? Sit out?
Hold on. Me and Pickle were saying that we would rather just see him play on the 5th-year option because everyone thinks he says he's got so much to prove this and that. It's like, okay, buddy, prove to us that you're worth it.
Let me see it. I want to see this shit.
Yeah.
Why do you think he changed his number to 0? He's trying to recreate a fucking image, you motherfuckers. You don't just change your number for no fucking reason, bro. Like, come on, bro. Y'all need to wait.
I'm just saying, I would rather. I'll tell you what. For everybody saying you don't want to overpay him, wouldn't you rather be paying him $27 million a year rather than 33 or 34 million a year?
Exactly.
If he does have a breakout season.
Look, but if you pay him 30 and he gets 8 sacks.
Look, but hold on.
Exactly.
I know people want to jump in, but I want to make sure everybody gets in. My man SC Base back on the Friday Free for All.
Hey,
SC, what's up, brother?
What's going on, Cody? How y'all doing, fellas?
How you doing, man? Jump in on the convo, bro.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to give my 2 cents, and I'm gonna listen until you get back to me, man. I love Brian Burns. I love his speed. I love his elusiveness. But when I watch him play on tape, he does not come off the tape as an elite pass rusher. He can't bull rush. He can't stop the run. He barely gets tackles for loss. I see him miss tackles in the backfield all the time. So for us to sit here and say he could get paid $30 million more than T.J. Watt, no, there's no way. I think at the most $26 to $27 million a year, and I don't even think the Panthers are offering him that at this point in time. So you know what I'm saying? One season with 12.5 sacks. They probably want to see one more season. Play on your franchise tag. I think right now they're lowballing him. They're probably only offering him like 22 to 25 million. So, like I said, push on the shelves. I'm not budging. I'm not budging.
All right. So real quick, SC, let me ask you: are you confident that the Panthers can win this Sunday in Atlanta without Brian Burns? SC, you still there? I lost you, bro.
Yeah,
Burns also has 17 tackles for loss.
I hear you. I hear you. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, my last piece was just, if I'm the Panthers, I'm holding my ground. I'm not budging, man. Too many times a lot of these players get their say, and I just don't think he's proven enough. He hasn't been top 5 in sacks yet. The guys that are getting the $30 million contracts have been top 5 in sacks. So if I'm the Panthers, I'm holding my ground, and I'm not budging.
But here's the thing, SC, like he's not asking for this money because, like, yes, he thinks he's like that good of a player, which we know he's not yet. He's asking for this money because he has all the leverage. That's
bad fucking business, bro. That's bad fucking business,
and you
bro.
said this isn't Scott Fitter's fault. And you said this isn't Scott Fitter's fault, G baby, when you were literally shitting on Scott Fitter 2 weeks ago for cutting some.
Bro, we are not budging on this shit, Ant. We're still in rebuild mode, bro. What are we talking about, bro?
Why didn't we trade him before then? Why didn't you trade him when you had an offer and 2 first-round picks?
Because we didn't know what to do. We didn't go for the rebuild. We didn't go for the retool. We just
Scott Fitter didn't have the nuts to believe in himself to make good players out of those picks.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
And that's exactly why we did what we did.
And that's exactly why he needs to be fucking.
I do not
fucking
trust
I
him.
don't think we traded Brian Burns before because it was a business decision Scott Fitter made to attract head coaches to come here.
Scott Fitter
and number 2 is I don't think you can't trade him. I think that's all a fan's viewpoint. Just because you pay a guy elite money, don't make him an elite player.
And that's what the Panthers do, Pickle. Do we not do that every fucking time?
We
don't have a choice.
We paid Matt Khalil an elite
And
left
then,
tackle.
and then fucking 2 years later, we're trying to get out the fucking contract.
Yeah, but also, let's not pretend like we don't let go players that end up playing their best football other places.
Aren't you guys tired of giving out bad contracts? Hold on, Cody. Aren't you tired of giving out bad fucking contracts, bro? We've been doing it for years, bro. Why would we do it again in a first-year head coach, bro? Why would we do that, bro?
The only good contracts I can remember from like the past like fucking 8 years was when we signed Cam Newton or way earlier than everyone else. Yeah, McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and then
this is the era of Bryce. The truth young. Let's get this shit right.
I don't think Christian McCaffrey was a good contract. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, it never was. We overpaid for a running.
We overpaid for a wide receiver to play running back.
Hey, by the way, I'm gonna have to filter people in and out to make sure everybody gets heard. My brother Wes, Justin, Kid Rock's little brother, back in the building. What's up, dude?
What's up, baby?
Ooh, baby. How you doing, bro? Hey, what do you think about Brian Burns, man? Can we beat Atlanta without him? And did you think that we should just pay the man, or what are you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm with G, baby, bro. Like, where's the Panthers' problem? We can beat anybody without Brian. What you mean?
All right.
There we go.
Panthers pride. All right? I want Brian, yes, but I'm not like, it's not the end of my fucking world. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he signs, he signs. Well, we got other people. It might not be Brian Burns, but I mean, come on. We got Luvu. We got that Kamut dude. Well, how do you pronounce his name, bro? I just fucked it all up. I know I did. Yeah, we got him. Come on,
Justin
man.
Houston, is he gonna play? Is he starting?
Houston, come on, man. Justin Houston.
Yep.
On,
can I just make this clear? This is my whole issue with this topic. So they don't trade him, and then they don't trade him, but they trade two other players, and then now you're at the point where you have no leverage. You want him on the team, but you won't pay him. It's like, why are you guys so afraid to go in one or the other direction? Just make a move, hold your balls high, and just hope for the best. Like, that's the NFL. It's a business. Not everything is going to go your way. You can't just stop in the middle. There is no middle ground in this game.
And let me add on to this, Anthony. If you're someone that believes, and we don't need Brian, I don't want to overpay for him, then you have to admit that no matter what, Federer has mishandled this all the way through. Because if they really didn't believe that he was worth that much, then they should have gotten value for him while we had the opportunity to do so. Somebody was going to pay him what he wanted. If you didn't believe that he was worth that much, why didn't you trade him when you had the opportunity? It's the dumbest shit in the world to me.
You know what else would attract a head coach, by the way? Really good draft capital.
Exactly.
100%. 100%, man.
I still want us to get the deal done. I just want, I want either one. Like, something has to happen. It can't be week 4 and Brian Burns is chilling, and Lucci's tweeting every 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and that goes back to what I just said. That goes back to what I just said about, like, J Stubbs, like, about going, like, in the middle and then, like, not picking a direction to go. Like, we can't have Brian Burns sit out because it doesn't benefit us and it doesn't benefit him, and it doesn't benefit us in the fact that we're not getting anything for him, which is, like, we can't be scared anymore, man. It's just make him, trade him at this point, or just pay him the money. I don't know why we're budging on this. Like,
bro, why do we have to trade him, or why do we have to pay him his fucking money? He's under a fucking contract, bro. He's under contract right now, bro.
How much is he even asking?
Yeah, but it's not black
and white. This ain't the NBA. This is not the fucking NBA, bro.
How much is he even asking for? Do we know this?
Like 27.
The rumors are between 27 and 28 million.
G-Baby, wouldn't you have traded him to the Rams for the 2 first and the second? Like, wouldn't you have done that, G-Baby?
Of course. But listen, that ship has far sailed. It is sunk to the bottom of the ocean with the Titanic. That is over with. I'm done. I'm not gonna. That was so long ago, bro. I'm so focused on Atlanta right now, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck.
But even if you don't want to pay him that much, Federer fucked us up. The fact that we're going into week 1 and we don't know whether or not Brian Burns is going to play is 1,000% on this organization, bro. They
It's
knew
bullshit,
that Brian
Cody.
Burns.
Oh, just
They
so.
knew that Brian Burns was gonna ask for the most that he was possibly able to, and they thought that he was gonna take a hometown discount. By the way, the dude has been nothing but class the entire time. Showed up to training camp. Has been.
Do you want a cookie, bro? He's supposed to take his black ass to fucking work, bro.
You voted the man a captain. Oh, but he's not important enough to get paid, bro. Fuck that.
And technically, he's a 2-time Pro Bowler, right? On paper, right?
And let me tell you what. I better not hear the same shit next year for Derek Brown. Brian Burns is way more proven than Derek Brown is. And if they find him more valuable to this defense than Brian Burns, they're fucking smoking crack, bro.
I'm gonna say
it's not just Derek Brown. It's Jeremy Chen. It's J.C. Horn. It's Icky, bro. It's a lot more than Derek Brown.
Out in that Bengals game, we look like the worst team in the NFL.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
When Derek Brown was out in that Bengals game, we look like the worst team in the NFL. And by the way, the Bengals aren't a good rushing team. They're not.
They're
and
not.
They just ran all up over us from the very first play.
Where was the elite Brian Burns during all this?
He got one sack on a
garbage
shitty
time sack.
Yeah,
he was like that woman on the airplane to Barcelona.
For the love of God, he's worth $28 million. He got one sack when we got our ass wore out in the run game.
That's what I said. That's why I said we should keep DJ Moore instead of Brian Burns.
$30 billion deal.
He doesn't take over games, man.
Did we sign new pieces though because we were asked to run game? Did we sign new pieces, or are we still just focused on what we had last year?
Here's the thing. Why
we signed new pieces?
Listen,
we're only talking about Brian Burns. We got some other pieces, man.
Why do we have problem? Why do we have problems with paying our only good players on this team, but then are fine to sign, a running back, a 33-year-old receiver,
right? Jeremy Chen is not as important or as valuable as Brian Burns or Christian McCaffrey. Look, for as good as Christian was, I'm sorry, paying a running back that amount of money. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Paying a premier
McCaffrey's different.
McCaffrey's better than Brian Burns, bro.
And by the way, if Brian Burns does ball out,
he would have already got paid.
He's already going to be worth way more than Christian McCaffrey ever was, bro.
What the fuck?
I'll say this.
McCaffrey was way more important.
Dude, McCaffrey had 1,000 and 1,000, motherfucker. Put some fucking respect on his
He did get that before he got paid.
And then he rode the bench.
I'm gonna be
fucking hating ass motherfucker. You a hater, bro.
Best year last year, Cody.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
He had his second best year last year.
Christian McCaffrey's a fucking generational fucking player, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
On the fucking bench, bro.
Imagine fucking Christian and Bryce together. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You sound crazy, boy.
Cody, he played 17 games last year, and not only that, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a big DJ Moore fan. I always have been, and I was praying when we were in talks with the Bears. I was praying to God that he was not part of the deal because I was just
fucking right.
I was just hyped. I was just so hyped to see what his potential could be with Bryce Young. But then, and let's be honest here. You look at his stats: 3 1,000-yard seasons with the worst quarterback. That's on the type of level.
Multiple quarterbacks.
That's on the type of level.
Backups this year, all of them.
Yes, and that's on the type of level of what we've seen from Brian Burns yet. So everyone, shut the hell up. We should have kept DJ Moore. Brian Burns, go suck a dick. Honestly, Scott Fitter.
Fucking facts. Big facts right there.
I'm sick of this shit. Yeah. Malpractice. It's malpractice, and now that we know that Scott Fitter and David Tepper weren't the only Matt Rule clones when his ass left, because they're doing the same bullshit that Matt Rule did. God dang it, bro.
And not to add to that, bro, how many times did Cody come on here and say, well, if DJ Moore had a top of a quarterback, he'd be a number one receiver in the NFL, blah, 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 blah. Get the fuck out of here, lad.
G-Baby, you know what's dirty as fuck about that? The other day he said I was smoking crack for comparing him to T. Higgins. But when DJ Moore was still on this team, I remember vividly, he kept saying all the time, what does Jamar Chase do that DJ Moore can't? And Cody, you know
Exactly.
you said that too.
Exactly. Exactly. And not only that, JJ, not only that, bro. How many times did he say, DeAndre Hopkins, Deshaun Watson got DeAndre Hopkins, blah, 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 blah.
No, GB.
Get the fuck out of here, Wag.
Every player that y'all just mentioned, fucking Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, I'm fucking taking Brian Burns on every.
No, the fuck you're not, bro. Get the fuck
fucking.
No, shave your own head, bro. I will get the fuck out of here, dog. You sound crazy, bro.
The worst one.
You sound fucking crazy.
Yo, Deez, do you
don't
agree
even
with
believe
that?
that.
This 3-4 is about to mean more to his career than y'all even imagining, bro.
You can't prove that. You have to prove it, Cody.
Okay. Let's say this real quick. Two things. One, the what does this guy do that this guy doesn't? Logic doesn't work because the Matt Corral comparison was the worst fucking thing of all time.
You bring up
freezing cold takes, my boy.
And secondly, here, Cody, I'll say this though. So you say the Brian Burns in the 3-4, yes, he has potential. But what was DJ Moore's potential with Bryce Young? I'm telling y'all, it was high.
Oh my God, bro!
It was high.
In 2020,
oh my God,
when
bro.
Robbie Anderson and Curtis Samuel have more catches and DJ Moore still put up more yards than them, was 4 yards short of 1,200. Come on, bro.
Come on now. Hey, talk your shit, JJ. Talk that shit, boy.
Whenever we're playing Atlanta and we have zero pass rush, I don't want to hear a fucking thing.
And zero separation from our receivers.
Any one of y'all, bro.
And you're not take your helmet off either.
I think we'll be fine because a 34-year-old put up 9.5 sacks last year in 14 games, and he had no help. So I don't get this whole fucking help argument. Brian Burns had a Son Reddick one year. Literally stop with that, man. Like it's just
had 7.5 last year.
We need him on this team. I agree. He makes us better. But this whole thing at this point, I'm down for trading him. Just trade him for T. Higgins straight up. Trade him for something we need on offense.
And it's not even just trading him for T. Higgins, bro. I would be okay with just a first and a second or a third, bro. I don't need 2 firsts for Brian. I just want to recuperate the first we don't have next year and maybe another pick, bro. That's all we need.
So we can draft Emeka Ibuka and then
just get more weapons. This is the heir of the truth. We need to surround him with weapons. Build the wall, bro.
Because Scott Fitterer is an elite drafter.
Okay, one at a time, guys.
You get all these picks just because Scott Fitterer is a great drafter. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
And I told y'all.
Bullshit.
I told y'all
11 fucking months ago, Scott Fitterer should be fired with Matt Rule. And all of you called my ass out on it except for
me.
Except for Jay Stubb.
No, I wouldn't do that. Pickle, I was on the Scott Fitterer train with you, bro. Yep. And I said, and listen, on top of that, it's almost like you have to remember, Matt Rule actually drafted Ikem Ekwonu, Derek Brown, and J.C. Horn. So as much as we shit on him, what really was Scott Fitterer doing, bro? What really was he doing?
You know what? That's still on him for taking the fucking job.
Exactly.
That's on him for taking the fucking job. Bullshit. I keep hearing that.
Scott gave him that Legion of Boom speech.
If Scott Fitterer took the job, knowing full well that whatever happens, it was going to be Matt Rule's fault, then Scott Fitterer's a pussy.
Yeah,
because a real man don't do that shit.
Yeah. Why would you want to come to a team where you're?
I mean, when you want to go to a team where you got to play somebody's ass all day.
Let me go to Michael, and then I want to introduce someone new. Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so first of all, I got one thing to say. If we fucking, can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, we hear you. There's a bit of a delay, but go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can hear you.
I'm gonna say this right now. If we fucking lose to Atlanta, I swear to fucking God that I'm gonna blame the whole fucking team for that fucking loss.
Pickle, is that your son, bro?
It's not one person. It's not one position. It's not one fucking group. It's everybody.
Daddy, chill.
I agree though, man. I think that everybody loves
calling him daddy.
Another thing that y'all that don't realize that I don't think we're talking about enough is everybody on this team really looks up to Brian Burns. And think about what kind of precedent it sets now that everybody on the team
who looks up to Brian Burns, bro?
Everyone. He's the tallest person there.
Nah, get that shit the fuck out. He was named a captain, bro. Brian Burns was named a captain for the team.
So was Sam Darnold.
And he has been a captain for this team, bro. I'm just saying that's the dumbest shit. Brian Burns, he means something to this team. He means something to a lot of people, bro. So that, and to pretend like this will have no negative effect on the camaraderie and players looking to get paid later on. I'm sorry, bro. That's wild to me. Let me welcome my man Daniel into the C3 Friday free for all. Daniel, what's up, dude?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well. Man, I got a few things to say. I mean, first of all, some of y'all gotta calm down, man. Y'all gonna have a heart attack, and Brian Burns ain't coming to your funeral either. But I mean, like my thing is about it all is, it's like maybe they did see him as part of this team until they saw how much he wanted. And me personally, I don't think he's given the production to want 28, 29. That's just crazy to me. I mean, that the team is in a tough position because I mean he pretty much is the captain of the defense. I mean, yeah, it's tough, but it's just something that on top of that, it could be that hey, they could tell him, yeah, we know what you want, but prove it in a few games. Prove it in a few games, and we'll give you what you want.
Facts.
Because we don't know what. Because I mean, at the end of the day, he's like everybody else knows. He's only had one season with double digits.
Yep, I agree.
So
but he's Spider-Man though.
But at the end of the day, it's like my employees. I can't. I'm not gonna give an employee something greater because of one job. We would go and do in one job, and he did great on that one job, but the other jobs is mid. It's like if my employee came and told me, hey, I deserve this and this. He'd be like, my man, you showed it to me on one job, but you have to show it to me on more than just one.
Can I just say this real quick?
Hey, that's for you simple-minded motherfuckers. What he just said is for you simple-minded motherfuckers, man.
Let me say this
real quick. Let me ask y'all, if he had 10 instead of 9 in those seasons, would y'all be still like, don't pay him 28 million?
No.
But
because he I would still value him at 23.5 million. I mean, that's what I think he's actually worth.
Y'all holding on to that double-digit sack argument so hard for
because
JJ,
best year.
Yeah, 100%. Then people want to pretend like he doesn't have the potential to do way more than that. Like the defense gotten better every year. And by the way, if he does
year potential,
and if he does ball out this year, if he does ball out this year. Bro, you think you're bitching about what you're paying him now? Bro, now he's going to be way more at the end of this year.
It's better to pay Nick Bosa
listen. It's like
Burns money next year.
It's like I just said, an employee. You can't pay an employee based on potential. Like, because that's a big risk you're taking.
We did that.
Can
I ask you a question?
That he's getting paid.
Jay, I'm gonna let you know. We did that to Cam Newton, though, Daniel. He wasn't that MVP player at the time that we paid Cam Newton, but we felt like he was getting better and that he had the opportunity to be. And then we paid him, and then he did. I do not see how that's a different situation than this, man.
Because Cam Newton.
We can't. I mean, we took that risk. We took that risk, and thankfully it paid off. But doesn't mean that just because you take that risk, it doesn't mean it's going to pay off every time.
Cam Newton,
it's a risk.
Cam Newton is a Hall of Famer, even though he won't get in. Luke Kuechly is a Hall of Famer. Unless you're expecting Brian Burns to be a Hall of Famer, I'm not willing at this point. I'm just not willing to take that risk because they're not going to pay him. what Jake
man,
he could be.
I got a
Yes,
question.
so could every player on this team.
Marty paid everybody. That's the
Jay.
point. When Cam Newton got paid, Marty Herney was the guy that wrote the contract. Marty paid everybody.
Yeah, but that was a business. Like Cam Newton was filling the arena up, bro. Ain't nobody going to watch Brian Burns play right now.
Exactly. I mean, and I'm sorry. I go back to what I said a few weeks ago, and I you know what? You know what? It may cost us more, but at the very same time, it may not. Brian Burns has potential to be great. I'll be the first one to say that. But right now, that's exactly what it is, potential.
Listen, I'd rather pay him.
Let me ask this. If he lives up to that potential, well, then you have no problem paying him top dollar.
Cody,
right?
what you're saying?
Absolutely not. I would. Absolutely not. I would.
Go ahead, JJ.
But if he plays at a defensive player of the year level this year, and then he asked to reset the entire market over what Nick Bosa got, you have a problem then?
No,
because
I'll drop his money.
We don't have a problem. No,
coming out of my pocket.
No. If he's the defensive player of the year, then fucking sign him a blank check. That proves to me that he's the best player on. That he's a top 3 defensive player. It like no, we're not. No, listen, we're not. Listen. For example, this goes back to we should have paid him last year because Tony just said something like Cam got a mid-contract. No, it's called a smart contract because the market keeps going up and up and up. So we wouldn't be having this conversation if we just paid him what Crosby got last year. Because then even if Crosby improves, then and Brian Burns improves, then that contract looks miles better. When you're paying him $30 million a season, your expectations are automatically going to be way higher for him, and that we don't know if he's going to reach those marks. Like if we paid him $23 million a season and he got 11 or 12 sacks again, I'd be like, okay, I mean, that's kind of what he's worth. But if he does this and he's getting paid 29 million and he's not improving, then I'll be like, what the fuck? That's the valid logic. That is.
I hear you. I also just think that it's logical to look the other way.
Who would y'all rather have, Brian Burns?
Well, I'm gonna let you get to your question, J Subs. But I want to say this and then read the super chat. One, I can make the exact opposite equation. If let's say we pay Brian Burns and then he does ball out this year, then you have him at a cheaper contract than what he's going to be asking for at the end of next year. And then if he does live up, if he does live up to your expectations, then it's like you paid a player literally the amount of money that they are worth. You're not even complaining about it if that's
like paying Cam Newton the offseason before he wins MVP.
If you're a general manager, sometimes you're taking calculated bets. And one of those is, do I predict that this player is going to get better, be the same, or going to be worse? And sometimes you have to put on your big boy GM hat and make those hard decisions. Real quick, Alvin Brusano, we appreciate you, brother, with the $9.99. He says, guess y'all okay with us continuing to rely on vet players who take these great value contracts? We keep giving up rookies, and we hope that they reach their potential. Pay the man a fair $25 a year and call it a day.
Well, Merry fucking Christmas. If that was that simple, they would have already fucking done it.
25 ain't
everywhere I go, people say, well, just pay him this, just pay him this. If it's that freaking simple, we would all be a GM in the NFL.
There's two things from this real quick to respond to what Cody
said. It's either you pay him or get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yep,
let me say this real quick. Okay, so
too bad you ain't David Tepper, because if Scott Fitter don't want to pay him, you ain't getting fired for it.
If they just paid him the market value, then last season, then we would all be fine. And here's my only thing, Cody. I agree, he can definitely get better. But if you're paying him money that's like more about where Aaron Donald's getting paid, then you expect him to be a fucking top 3 edge rusher. Like that's kind of what you expect, even though you lost your leverage. Yes. But Burns and his brother think so highly of him. So that's what you're expecting from him. Anything less, it's like, dude, we're just overpaying for him because we have no other edge rusher. And I understand that. But we also could have signed Hassan Reddick. We've seen him with help. I think Houston's going to help him this year if he plays. But it's still taking a big risk, expecting him to jump from, top 8 in sacks to top 3. Like, that is a huge difference. So if that's the risk you're willing to take, then yeah, just pay him. But I don't know, man.
And Hassan Reddick is definitely better than Brian Burns.
Well, let me. I've been telling. I want to let J Subs ask his question that he's been wanting to ask. Go ahead, J Subs.
Okay, my question is, before the question, I got one thing to say. Brian Burns, I think he's a great talent. I think if we can get him for $25 million a year, I have no problem with that. If he wants to set the market, I have nothing to say to him. And I don't want to sound oblivious. Again, I said I think Brian Burns is a good player. I go to every Panthers home game. I see him. I cheer for him. I even have his jersey. But I don't want to sound too arrogant, but can y'all tell me, like, your favorite Brian Burns game or the Brian Burns Panther moment as a Panther? Like, is it because he does a cool celebration? Like, I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm just saying, like, when you just sit back and be like, damn, Brian Burns completely won this game. It might be 1 or 2 times in 5 years. Is it not?
Yeah, no, I can't remember. All I remember is him doing that gay Spider-Man dance and Hype Man Lucci, like getting some lotion for him on the sideline. That's all I remember.
One sack merchant.
Yeah,
hey, let me appreciate Evan Jevin for becoming a brand new member of the C3 Super Fan Club. We appreciate you, bro, being a part of the C3 fandom. And listen, man, I'm going to use this point to pivot. And I think it's time to do it, man. I think we've talked about Brian Burns. Like, we've said our piece, and I know we're probably not done talking about Brian Burns. But you know what else we need to do? We need to talk about PrizePicks. That's right. PrizePicks back as a sponsor for the C3 Panthers Podcast, daily fantasy sports. And we are going to use them to help us figure out what kind of matchup we're looking at and what we expect from these Panthers this weekend, boys. I want to break down some of these numbers because, man, we have some interesting ones, man. Everything from Bryce Young. We got some Miles Sanders projections. Hey, man, even 13.
Bryce is going to crush that rush yards, you guys. Yeah, that 13 and a half, he's going to that's a free square, y'all.
I think the 225 total yards is a free square too. I think that's a little low.
This is free money, guys, by the way, because this is going to be a lot.
100%, man. Miles Sanders, they have it 55 and a half rushing yards, which also doesn't seem bad. I mean, especially if our receivers potentially are banged up.
Cody, can I point something out to the whole panel? It's going to be advice for everyone to help with. Okay. Y'all actually, you do want to do PrizePicks early on because the lines are not set properly.
Well, the projections. We got to make sure we use the proper verbiage when talking. Fantasy projections.
Yeah, fantasy projections. Like, these are too low in my opinion, kind of. Like, it's pretty, like, I think Miles Sanders at 55 and a half is kind of ludicrous when he's going to get like 90% of the running back workload. So I think that's a number you smash. Like G-Baby said, I think 13 and a half rushing yards for Bryce. Too low. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Hey gentlemen, I hate to change the topic here, but I would love to stay with you guys the whole night, but I got a little one that I gotta take care of. But
do you think, brother?
I'll still be listening, but yeah, man, y'all have a good one, man. Keep pounding, gentlemen.
Keep pounding, Daniel. Have a great night, man.
Enjoy the Panthers game.
Yeah, man. I love the rushing yards. What do y'all think about total passing and rushing yards?
They are hating on us, Cody. That's what's happening.
Rushing yards is free money. That rushing is so easy there.
Yeah, the rushing. What do you think about the passing yards? 221 and a half, more or less? Bro, more?
More.
Yeah, you might want to go over on the pass attempts too. For he could reach that.
All right, what about punts though? They have Giant Hecker at 4.5.
You can't do Bryce twice, bruh.
No, I know. I'm just looking at at all the different things right now.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to punt for sure, but I don't know 4 times though.
Yeah, see, I would be willing to do the
Is it
under
4 or
on that.
4.5?
If it goes over, it would be 5.
I would say less if I was
That might be a
picking
push.
one of those. But yeah, what y'all feel about Miles Sanders?
I like Miles Sanders. I like him.
Over.
I'd smash the over.
And remember, we gotta say more or less. But my question is, why though? Why do you feel like Atlanta's run defense is not going to be at a level that will be able to prevent that?
What's Chuba's numbers?
0.
They do not have Chuba.
Oh, damn.
For good reason.
Yeah, if that tells you.
They don't have any receivers?
Thank you, Cole. Call out that
Not yet.
Chuba.
They will.
When I take a time off of calling out Chuba, you have my back, man. I'm glad you did.
I've wasted too much breath on that, JJ, and you know I'm not going there.
I mean, and then we're gonna look at the Falcons. We're gonna look at the Falcons here in a sec too.
So they're starting Desmond Ridder. That's 100% confirmed.
Yeah, they're starting Desmond Ridder. What
did you fuck him up, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all talk about the Panthers defense versus that offense. I'm gonna bring up the Falcons and see what numbers they have them listed as.
Less, and less.
I will say this though: Week 1 is funny as fuck sometimes, bro. The wildest shit happens in Week 1.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's gonna be
I'm
wild.
taking our secondary over their receiving core in a fucking heartbeat, bro. Y'all are tripping. I ain't worried about no fucking Drake London, bro. Come on, bro. I'm not worried about fucking Kyle Pitts, bro.
Hey, how about this? They got Bijan Robinson, fantasy projection at 70.5. Hey, by the way, if you have background noise, mute your microphone, especially if there's music in the background.
I'm so glad you're talking about Bijan because this is my thing, boys. Our number one objective on Sunday is to stop Bijan Robinson. I don't give a fuck about no one else on that entire offense. There's only one person we should be focused on, and that's Bijan Robinson. We shut down Bijan, we are going to bust they ass. I promise you.
Drake London, Kyle Pitts not moving you?
Bro, hey, shout out to Q6.
Absolutely not.
They have Young Ho Koo at 1.5.
Adam Thielen hit it.
Oh, that's a lock, bro.
Young Ho.
That's a lock, bro.
Yeah, I would put more. I would definitely put more on that.
I hate to say this, boys.
He's nice, bro, low key.
I think taking Bijan over more than 0.5 touchdowns is a good play. I hate to say it, but Bijan's a beast, bro. He's a beast.
At more than 0.5 touchdowns?
Yeah, more than 0.5. So he only has to score one time.
Is it rushing?
They have taken it down.
They're idiots.
They have taken it down. I don't know. Oh yeah, they took it down. They changed it, but yeah. I mean, either way, I like Young Ho Koo more than 1.5 field goals.
Yeah, dude, just a 70.5 rushing yards, man. That one, again, man, it's hard to know now that we're moving to a 3-4, and a 3-4 is not as good at stopping the run traditionally as a 4-3. So how confident are we that we're going to be able to stop that rushing attack?
I haven't been confident in that in 4 years, if I'm being honest.
I hate the 3-4, so I'm not confident at all.
Facts. Thank you. We not stopping.
We have enough problems with the run defense, and then you just throw that in there. Like, I'm really concerned until I see something, and I have been since day one when they announced we were running it.
Bro, I'm just concerned about the pressure we'll be able to get because Daniel Jones had like 6 seconds to throw in the pocket that one game.
Don't start that shit.
What do you think about Desmond Ridder? 215.5 total pass and rushing yards.
I'm gonna say yeah because he'll get some garbage yards probably.
Bro, I'd go under on that 198.
Less, man. I said less, not over under.
Less.
More or less.
Less, yeah.
Because I feel like we're about to bleed the clock.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. J.C. Horn, if you guys say J.C. Horn is who you say he is, he should easily be able to shut down Drake
I'm not worried
London.
about him. It's the other side of the field I'm worried about.
It's that Dante ankle twisting Jackson.
Dude, y'all are fucking retarded, bro.
Yeah, last time we played them, Drake London had a touchdown on Dante Jackson.
Yeah, he was
Hey,
cooking
man.
it.
Hey, real quick. Let me welcome my man, Chad Morales.
Chad.
Hey.
Holy shit, I'm in.
Yeah.
God. It's been like 45 minutes listening, man. Crazy.
Popped your cherry?
Hey.
Yeah, daddy.
Justin.
What? Yeah, bro. Y'all are dumb as hell right now, man.
No, dude, that fucking daddy chill from Jay Stubbs fucking killed me, bro.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. Bro. Bijan, I mean, I really don't feel confident on any of the Bijans.
I would do the kicker. I would do Bryce. And
never mind. We can't do
is that only no interceptions for Dak Prescott? Take that shit too, bro.
But this is just passing yards.
Oh, I thought I said 0.5 interceptions. I said, bro, take that shit to the bank.
Now, will it?
I'd take Lamar Jackson over.
Who are they playing?
Versus Houston.
For passing yards?
They're going to throw the ball more this year.
They're playing Houston.
They about to lose. Watch.
Bro, oh my goodness.
I'd be dead if they did.
I just don't want Chicago fans talking shit to us all year. That's the only thing I pray for this year, bro.
Oh, yeah, you better stay off Twitter.
We need to win, and we need to beat them.
We need to beat
there's
them.
No way around it.
Ain't it in Chicago, too?
Thursday night football?
It's in Chicago.
Is it the Thursday game?
If we beat them in their house, they have no room to talk.
They'll just make some excuse how Justin Fields the GOAT and he had no time to throw.
And they'll say the 85 Bears and Michael Jordan.
yeah, literally, dude. Cordell Patterson is likely. Yeah, dude.
He's not playing, right?
Yeah, by the way, there's no Cordell Patterson and no Jeffrey Okuda.
Who?
He is ruled out for.
Okuda's out. Wow.
I thought he retired like 4 years ago.
They're gonna have problems
Right?
over there as well. Then.
Yeah,
Cody,
for
go
sure.
To,
Yeah.
You said no Cordell Patterson?
Yeah, no Cordell.
Yeah, no Cordell Patterson.
He's officially rolled out?
Yes.
If you're doing one more.
No, he's not rolled out. He's
Yes, he is.
questionable.
No, I heard
he's ruled out, bro.
According to Panthers.com, he's questionable. How's that?
I don't know
That's
if that. I don't know when the last
According
time.
to
that was
the
updated.
well, I
Cody,
think according
well,
to the
Can I
clearly
get
the
an
front office
official
of the
ruling?
Panthers
Is
don't
he
know
in
what's
or
going
is he out?
I'll
He's
look
old
it
and
up.
washed up anyways. Who cares about him?
I have seen multiple times that he is out.
It does matter because he's everywhere and he plays. He does everything. That's their bro. I would much rather have him out than in.
Scroll
on.
down.
He does do everything, low key.
Scroll down.
And he'll be fresh as week 1. Yeah, I don't want him to play.
So if he's out, that would be amazing.
But fuck him. We'll beat him regardless, bro.
For a second day in a row, the team. Meanwhile, Patterson was listed as a limited participant for the third time this week. He is officially questionable.
Cody, I'm with you on the more for Jamar Chase because I mean, Cleveland.
That's according to AtlantaFalcons.com.
Yeah.
Cleveland and Cincy always talk a lot of shit, and since he's not really been good versus Cleveland, but I think this is the game they finally, beat him by like 2 scores. I would say.
And Jamar was talking
They
trash
won't.
too.
They
saying
won't.
that the Browns, they're just Cleveland. Cleveland is.
Hey, Anthony,
Cleveland.
I can assure you that they won't. Cleveland's winning that game.
But hey,
They're
man,
gonna
listen.
smoke that offensive line.
Listen.
I mean, that's what you think. I mean, that's
If
not a
you
hot
would
take.
if you would like to make you some money playing daily fantasy sports, bro, download PrizePicks today and play daily fantasy sports with us. Make sure you use the promo code C3 when you sign up, or use the link below that we have in the description. All first-time users that deposit our promo code C3 will receive an instant 100% instant deposit match up to 100. If you deposit 100, PrizePicks will give you 100. If you deposit 50, PrizePicks will give you 50. Bro, so many people have been playing PrizePicks and have been seeing positive results. Bro, get in on the fun, man. Daily fantasy sports at PrizePicks.com. Download the app. Shout out to our sponsor, PrizePicks. They help us out, man. If you want to support us, support the sponsors. That helps us tremendously. Gentlemen, what is your concern matchup against Atlanta? What is one
Stopping the
area
run.
where you feel like the Panthers might not be equipped to stop whatever they're going to do, either offensively or defensively? Let me go back to Don. Let's get Don, my man D's, in on the conversation. D's, is there any area of this Falcons team that maybe gives you a little bit of pause?
Well, it's more of what we're putting up against their main attack. That, like JJ said, they're going to be running the football. We've been saying that on here for weeks. We see that coming. We know that Desmond Ridder is not going to be able to get them out of a tight spot at the end of the game. He'll probably just end up throwing it to J.C. Horn or Bale back there.
Hey.
But what I'm scared about is LeBray is our backup defensive end/tackle, and Thurman is our other backup end/tackle. And those guys are going to have to be rotated into the game and get some playing time. If any of you guys on the panel has anything positive to say about them or anything positive that you saw in those guys, please let me know, because I haven't seen it and I'm kind of terrified.
I don't even know who those guys are, man. Like,
who the hell is that?
Yeah, and
There are a bunch
Dean's
of
got a real
nobodies
good
on the
point.
Panthers.
You go to the official depth chart. They're there. And you don't know who they are. I don't either.
Our starting
But you better hope like hell the coaches know.
One of our starting guys, his name's Thurman Merman. He's from Bad Santa too, and I'm fucking terrified.
Thurman.
Tackle.
Yeah, that's one of the guys' name is Thurman. I'm pretty sure, or something like that.
It is.
Bro. Yeah, it's Thurman.
It is.
Y'all don't know who Thurman Merman is? Y'all never heard of
It's been such a long time since I've seen the movie, but I do.
Well, technically, his name's Nick Thurman. Yes.
I don't know, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about Sunday, man. I really am.
He is from Houston.
All right. So why are you feeling so confident? Like, what is it? Just a feeling?
Because Cody, it's week 1, and I'm a delusional Panthers fan.
All right. Hey, I love that.
At least he's honest.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm only confident in Bryce Young. Everything else, we'll see what happens, boys.
Bryce Young and Frankie Louvu, the only people watch, and J.C. Horn, the only people I trust, bro.
Bro said Frankie Louvu.
I'll tell you what
Derek
I think.
Brown, no, Derek Brown too.
Frankie Louvu ball last year, bro.
Today, if I can add, today they actually brought a linebacker that was on the practice squad, Chandler Wooten. They brought him up and activated him on the regular roster, so we really only have one roster spot open now. But he's a middle linebacker. I'm going to bet you they're going to use Frankie Louvu to fill in for Burns if Burns don't play.
Of course.
That's what I think.
He doesn't have any real pass rushing moves. He just got sacked.
I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. I'm saying that's their idea.
How many sacks did he have last year?
7.
And a half.
That's right, and he had more than YGM, so
7 sacks, and Brian
It
had
was
12.
manufactured blitz. He was
Yeah.
the extra man.
Oh, manufactured blitz my ass.
Well, it's the truth. Like, I'm going to be honest. I don't think he's.
We'll be able to blitz them and create pressure. Don't worry, we got them.
7 sacks is pretty damn good, bro.
Yep.
It is. It is.
It is, man. What I mean, dude, I'm gonna be real, man. Y'all can think I'm just being a pessimist, but why would I have any reason to believe in our pass rush without Brian Burns? I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like a lot of y'all want to have it both ways, where Brian isn't worth it. We don't need him. We'll be fine. And I feel like the only reason some of y'all are saying that is because you can't stomach paying him the amount of money that he wants. But I'm sorry, Amari Barno, Marcus Haynes is on IR, YGM. I mean, yeah, we know that Justin Houston is all right. But other than Justin Houston, None of these names inspire any confidence in me. And by the way, everybody loves to use PFF numbers. PFF says the Falcons have a top 10 offensive line. So why would I trust any of our edge rushers against a top 10 offensive line?
Well, they're not even going to get pressure because they're going to run the ball the whole game.
PFF is, if we're going off that, then
like 15 times.
Derek Brown was better than Brian Burns last year, so take it how you want. Don't listen to PFF.
PFF tax.
Yeah, it's stupid. No, listen, this is what I'm hoping for. If there isn't no Brian Burns, I want to see how Derek Brown plays in the pass rush scenarios, because I think if he takes that next step, then we're really talking about a really, really solid defensive line. That's what we have to hope for. If he can start getting to the quarterback and sacking the quarterback, maybe like one sack every like 2 or 3 games, I mean, that's an improvement from one sack last year. So I think that's a big thing that no one talks about, because in a 3-4, it is the outside linebackers, but there's also more guys on the defensive line. So you're naturally supposed to be better in pass sets. But again, man, the run, it kind of hurts the run even more. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe these nose tackles are just random gods that they found, but I wouldn't bet on that.
Yeah, random
But
gods.
I mean, at the same time, Desmond Ridder isn't the smartest cookie in the jar. So let's be real here.
He wasn't named the captain either.
Well,
Bryce doesn't deserve a captain, bro.
If our defensive coordinator is as smart as people are hyping him up to be, a few disguised blitzes, and he'll fall for it.
Yep.
But maybe Codizzle Allen had it all right to start with today.
Hey.
The deal's already done, but they haven't announced it because it's all a secret plan to fool the Atlanta Falcons.
I don't think Lucci was tweeting how mad he was about that. But hey, another thing too, I'm sure y'all addressed it this week. Surprise, surprise, DJ Chark is injured. How many games is he gonna play this year?
That's not surprising.
Who could see that coming?
I told you before. I told you it was stupid to sign him.
It was.
I'll go to my grave saying that. If you got a guy who's injury prone, who's injured every single year, you're a moron if you start him and say, "Golly geez, you're going to start."
Hot take.
Don't say that to Tony or Greg though. They'll have a fit pickle.
I will.
Hot take right now: Jonathan Mingo 900 yards this season.
We need it.
Oh, that means he
that'd
hits
be a great scenario.
He's too raw for that.
As a draft pick, if he does that.
No, we can't
hit him second round.
If Thomas Brown is calling plays, I fully believe that.
Yeah, not Frank Reich, dude. Frank Reich runs some like 1985 formations. It's like, bro, this is.
He runs like the '90s Cowboys offense from
Yes, and it's like. This is.
You're right. He does. He does. The only difference is he ain't got no damn fullback.
And we don't have no damn Emmitt Smith.
No.
True.
He said
like,
no.
I don't want to be like a pessimist, but like I'm gonna be real. Like, our only 2 proven players, like health and like talent wise, is Luvu, Brown, and like I'd say Bozeman too. Outside, like assuming Burns doesn't play. Do y'all agree with that?
This is gonna sound really sad, bro, but the only
Bozeman
person I really trust is our fucking punter. That motherfucker.
Don't you disrespect Boom Boom Hecker like that? He's a god.
He is a god. He's probably honestly the best player on the team.
Bro.
You know why? You know why? Because he's from the old school. They know how to do.
Johnny Boom Boom is the man.
Oh, and I can't forget JJ, the GOAT.
Yep. I don't know what this offense is going to look like if Thielen and Shark are both out.
I bet
what is that? Was that Mingo? TMJ at number 1?
Hey,
I don't know. I never thought of that.
Mingo is higher on the depth chart.
I would imagine Mingo and TMJ get the start with Chenault maybe at 3.
We need to see what TMJ can actually do because, like,
we get ready to find out. Sunday we might find out.
I hope wide receiver.
You're not gonna see him do shit, bro. Let's be real.
He'll have one. He'll have one jump ball catch.
Yeah, he'll have like an amazing. He'll have a pretty impressive jump ball catch. We'll be like, damn, bro, like this dude has potential.
Yeah, and
then he'll ghost the rest of the game.
There'll be a zillion posts all over Twitter. Oh, look how great he is. We knew he could do it all along, and people will be slobbing over top.
I hope he does ball out though, because he has some talent, man.
He's garbage.
We need him to.
What about our tight end? Are we happy with our tight end? You think he can produce?
Yeah, he's fine.
I guess he's going to be a main target.
He's acceptable. Hell. He ain't no Kelsey or anything.
I think we're going to beat the fuck out of Atlanta, bro.
Let me just say this. Okay, I just want to give everyone a whole dose of reality for this season. Our offense is going to be good if Bryce Young is good. That's the reality. These players we have around him are not going to get open for him like Jimmy Garoppolo or anything like that. It's not like Kirk Cousins has Justin Jefferson with like 10 yards of separation. This is why we're homing in, at least me and JJ have, about getting a serious threat next year. Because if you want him to take that next step, I mean, we saw Patrick Mahomes last night. Did anyone see Kadarius Toney just single-handedly sell the game for the Chiefs?
That boy is double A.
I did. Absolutely sold it.
How are we going to
go good?
How are we going to get serious?
I was surprised about Jahmyr Gibbs, though.
Jahmyr
Gibbs was fucking good.
Because you go out and you sign someone in free agency, or you just say
everyone needs their actual like security blanket.
Yo, Kadarius Toney was shocking. That was shocking, bro.
Yeah, but like you said,
garbage. He's always been.
That was appalling.
He was going to be available.
Yeah,
I think I've been driving the T Higgins train, but let me tell you, whoever's talking, fuck the picks. We don't. No, yeah, JJ was, but fuck the picks. We don't land those picks anyways, bro. So just trade whatever.
But we don't have picks. We traded them.
Oh yeah, we don't have picks, but yeah, past 2023 or 2024. Yes, we do, bro. Teams will take draft picks if they can't afford to pay a player.
Are y'all going to trade a future first for T Higgins? We won't have a pick till 2026 then.
That's A-okay. It's proven talent.
Yeah, A-okay with me.
Yeah, like Scott Fitter was going to do that.
Yeah, hell no. He's like, I'll give you a fourth for him.
Scott Fitter is just going to sign like Adam Thielen's cousin. I don't know, bro. Like some of these.
Yeah. The Chiefs will probably cut Tony and next year, and then we'll sign him.
Don't you fucking dare say that shit, Pickle.
Well, you know it's the truth, Jay. You know
that was a disaster class, bro.
Yeah, but you know it's the damn truth.
He needs to be investigated like my man got a from Atlanta.
Who's that Chiefs tight end that caught a touchdown yesterday? We'll probably sign him offseason. We'll give him like $8 million a year next year.
Yeah, we probably will.
Yeah, dude.
My man said Adam Thielen's cousin.
Hey, somebody.
We're gonna get Higgins or some.
We traded away our best talent and just left Bryce with a bunch of washed up, crusty crab workers, bro. That's literally what it comes
to. No, and then Tony on the Tuesday episode said, "Well, I saw this thing that I said Adam Thielen was ranked in like the 150s of separation." I was like, "Oh, it's only like it matches up with what I've been saying. He's not even, bro. He's like a wide receiver 3 if we're being
bro." And DJ Shark,
and he's white.
And DJ Chark's up there too, bro. And remember, he said DJ Chark was gonna catch 10 touchdowns this year, bro. And he's already injured.
He said he was the complete package. Come on, gang.
Who said that?
Tony did.
Tony.
Question for y'all. In the
let me find out the $5 million.
Too many sub sandwiches.
What's that dude's name below me?
Is the full package.
What'd you say, Pickle? His name's Michael.
What's his
Michael?
What did you say earlier? You started to say something. Did you want to ask a question?
Yeah, I wanted to ask a question. Does anyone know if we still have 5 fucking tight ends, or did we cut somebody at least?
No, we put one on IR.
Yeah,
we put on IR.
Technically, the guy last on the list is probably the best number 2 tight end we got.
Who is?
Richie.
Richie's probably the best number 2 tight end we got.
Giovanni.
Yeah.
Pickle, do we still got Tecklenburg on the Panthers squad?
Fullback if we ever use a fullback.
No.
Yeah, I got one question.
No, because if you guys were gonna literally say Tommy Trumbull or fucking Ian Thomas, I was about to say, what the fuck? Like, really?
Dump them sons. them Scott Fitterer bitches.
Wait, I got a question.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Ian Thomas be rubbing band-aids on Scott Fitterer's feet.
You know Scott Fitterer, he likes his tight end.
Pause, bro.
Yeah, but honestly, they need to get the fuck out of here. They're not doing anything good for us. So why the fuck keep them?
Yo,
that's the same thing I'm trying to say.
Hayden Hurst is mid as hell.
Dude, I tell you what, I keep asking this. I ask this multiple times a year, and so far I have never got anybody to give me a good answer. Generally, because they don't know one. I have seen Ian Thomas withstand Matt Rule. I've seen him withstand
1 year of Ron
Rivera,
and now he got on his third coach. He's also technically on his second general manager.
And don't give me that
actually
bullshit.
counting an interim coach, he's on his fourth coach.
Tax write-off.
Steve Wilkes, the interim
now,
coach.
So now I have to say this.
How good of a
multiple
blocker is this
coordinators.
motherfucker?
So whatever he's doing to keep his job, I guarantee you, my friend, listen well, it's got nothing to do with football.
Make a wish.
Bro, he must be given Scott some like weekly feet rub because you're not telling me that we can't go out. We can't draft a tight end that's better than Ian fucking Thomas. Is that how desperate and unconfident
we tried to?
We don't have any picks because Scott fucking traded them off for shit.
We tried to, Anthony. That was literally the Tommy Trumbull pick, and it was worse.
Bro, I got something else to ask.
Bro, this is just
or say.
I got shit show. Get his ass.
I got something else to say right
Garbage.
now.
Go ahead, Mike.
I got some. Okay, if CJ Henderson does not ball the fuck out or play like a corner like he's supposed to, and fucking cover a receiver and he gets burnt, I'm saying right now we trade that motherfucker right now until God knows when he wants to fucking be a good player or not.
Water is wet, my friend.
Bro, we're gonna get a half-eaten Krusty Krab burger and a fucking 8th-round pick for his ass.
We're gonna get a season pass of
we need to do something because that motherfucker's trash.
My friend,
I hope we don't get on the field.
That's probably why you won't get a trade offer.
At the end of this year, I believe they'll just outright cut him. Because
he'll be a free agent.
Or no,
we actually save a bunch of money.
No, they'll overpay him. They'll give him the Dante Jackson contract because they love mid.
Oh my fucking
players.
god! No, they better not fucking do that. They better not do that.
Your option, bro. They don't want him. They're doing that right. Come on, guys.
But now, wait a minute. Let's be real. In preseason, majority of the time, Henderson played decent. Better than
Man, that don't matter though. Like if he go out there and stink it up.
Understand this, loudmouth. Understand this. I'm not saying I want to keep him. I'm not saying to sign him. Hell, if it was up to me, we'd cut his ass and be done with that sorry bastard.
Exactly.
I would go out and sign Greedy Williams, who's floating around in free agency, and bring his ass. I'd sign. There's a bunch of guys I'd sign instead of his lame ass, but it ain't up to me. So.
Yeah,
exactly, Pickle. We understand.
Let the guy give up his question. What were you gonna say?
Yeah,
in the fucking Bears trade, like, would we be better off giving up Burns instead of Moore with like the contract going on now?
Oh, we just went over this. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
we would.
Yeah, but Pickle called me crazy when I brought that up in Spaces.
If we knew what we knew now. To be honest,
I call you crazy anyway, JJ.
To be honest, with you, we wouldn't have been.
I call you old as shit.
Yeah. So
we
I'm not only old. I'm that old.
We be trading off. It's all cool.
I'm gonna be honest. We should have done the Rams trade. We should have done the Rams trade.
We should have listened to my cat calls every week and just naturally fucking tanked. And then got Bryce Young naturally, and then everything would have been fun. Kept all the offensive pieces.
Hey, people don't love what I'm saying on the show. I've been saying I don't care what it looks like now. If you're asking me to pick between Brian Burns and DJ Moore, bro, I'm picking Brian Burns.
You're tripping.
I think y'all are a victim. Y'all are a victim to the moment.
Nah,
Okay, Cody.
Why would we overpay Brian Burns when we had DJ Moore on a fair contract and he could be our safety blanket for Bryce Young and completely make his life a whole lot easier, and we'd
Yeah,
have
y'all just
a
think that we don't have. Yeah,
sustainable
y'all just think
offense
you don't
to
have to
win
play
football
defense.
games, bro.
Yeah, y'all
You
just
act like
think that we
Brian
don't have
Burns
to
is
play
the only
defense.
guy who could get 10 plus sacks, bro. You can manufacture pressure. You can sign another Justin Houston right
Why
after
would
you
I
fucking
believe that?
trade Brian
Why would
Burns,
I?
bro.
Why would I
Okay, how
believe that?
about
Like
this? How
everybody
about
been
this?
doing
How about this?
consistently before.
Aguirre Evero had no pass rushers last year, and he still ranked like top 10 in a lot of defensive.
That's not true.
They
He
have
had
fucking
pass
Bradley
rushers.
Chubb.
He had Randy
Okay.
Gregory and Bradley
Randy
Chubb.
Gregory, Bradley
No,
Chubb.
Randy
I
Gregory
want to
didn't
say
even
this.
play.
Draymond
Bradley
Jones.
Chubb
They have
was on.
fucking Draymond
Bradley
Jones.
Chubb was on the Dolphins last year. I
Draymond
thought.
Jones.
He played 8
Yeah,
games for them, though.
I want to say this. In the 2019 draft, at pick 16, we drafted Brian Burns.
Correct.
We should have drafted Dexter Lawrence, who went number 17.
Yes.
Or
Yes,
we should have drafted Jeffrey Simmons, who went 19 to the Titans. One of them would have better picked than Brian Burns.
No, the
But,
worst one.
I mean, I'm also comparing them against defensive tackles. I think they're both better than Derek Brown. Like
I don't know about Jeffrey Simmons, but definitely Dexter
But
Lawrence.
listen, you know what we
Jeffrey
fucked up
Simmons
on?
is a monster.
We fucking
He is.
So is Brian Burns.
Bruce Horn over Patrick Surtain. That's where we fucked up.
Y'all aren't even.
No.
No,
Thank you.
y'all aren't
JC
even.
Horn's
Y'all
about
aren't
to
even.
shut
Y'all
up.
aren't even saying the worst one. The worst one is Vernon Butler over fucking Chris Jones. That's the worst
You
one.
damn
of all
right.
time.
Yeah.
No, it's
fucking
not.
right.
JC
Yeah.
Horn over Michael fucking Parsons is definitely worse, bro. Come on, keep it a stat.
Okay, I got something to say right now.
Oh, and
Okay,
not paying
this is
Hassan Reddick.
towards
Not
Cody.
paying Hassan Reddick.
Or
This is
Gilmore.
towards Cody, right? This is towards Cody right now. Okay, say we did pay Brian Burns a large amount of money. I'm just saying, if we did that, the injury bug would be hitting us in the fucking ass, and karma would be a total bitch to us, and we would be fucking losing games that way. Because I've been learning from my dad that if you pay players the awful amount of stupid amount of money, you're gonna get fucked. And guess what? Turns out their contract is gonna hit towards the fucking GM, dude.
Yeah, but we knew this when we signed Christian McCaffrey and didn't care. Brian Burns has also not been an injury-prone player.
It's
like,
because
yeah,
of how
by the way,
stupid we
Michael,
are. We're not using our fucking heads,
right,
dude.
but Michael, you can say that about any player. Any player has the potential to get hurt, but the argument can't ever be, oh, so now you just don't pay players top money on the fear that they might get hurt. It's football. That can happen to the quarterback, defensive end, corner. It doesn't matter. Like that's going to be true no matter who and no matter what. Hey, real quick, I want to welcome in my guy from Charlotte Sports One. Make sure you check him out on YouTube. It's the homie Kyle. What's up, bro?
What up, Kyle?
Hey, how we doing, guys? Getting
good,
ready
man.
for this awesome show we got. I've been listening for a hot little minute in the background.
Yeah, man.
Y'all going good?
Happy to have you, bro. Happy to have you. Jump in on this Brian Burns convo, man. Where do you stand on it? Do you think the Panthers have really fumbled this thing up? How you feeling,
Of course
man?
they
Just talk to
have.
me.
Of course they've fumbled it. You know it, Cody. They totally have dropped the ball. You know, just mismanagement. Either way you want to go with it, it's just mismanagement. You know, like there's no like somebody said earlier, there's no middle ground in this. You know what I mean? Like you either have to pay them or not pay them. Like, and you know to turn down 2 first rounds and then 8 months later be like, well, I don't really know if you're worth that. Kind of wishy-washy, and I'm not really a fan of that. I liked the coaching staff when they were extremely decisive about what they were going to do, and you know, this is not that. So
yeah,
I don't think the coaches have anything to do with it. But
Yeah, and like another bad part about it is we can't even trade him now because we're just fucking tanking for Chicago, you know?
Yes, we
Yeah,
can.
we have- that's
That
another
trading
thing.
is irrelevant. It's a made up fantasy by fans. There's absolutely no reason why. If Scott Fitterer says fuck it and picked up the phone or hit an email to telling all teams he's available for trade, give me offers, don't you think there'd be a shitload of offers coming in?
Oh yeah.
Would be.
So the comment, the quote that a lot of fans use, oh, you can't trade him now because you've already turned him down. No. You can trade him anytime before the trade deadline. Or even if you wait and if you make it this year and you put the tag on him, you can trade him next year.
Yeah, but if we trade him now, we're handing like a good pick to Chicago. Why would we do that?
Well, if we trade, trading Brian Burns doesn't affect the trade for Chicago.
Yeah, we're not giving anything.
No, it's going to make us a worse team, bro. Like we need to make the.
Oh yeah. He's saying
but that's what Brian Burns signed the damn contract.
Let's be honest here. I don't even think we were going to be a good team this year, anyways.
But hold on, the antithesis to that, Liverpool fan, is that if we do trade Brian, you're going to get a first-round pick in favor for him, thereby recouping a first. It might not be the one that you had. It might not be the one that you want, but you will indeed have a first. And I'm sorry, to everybody that tells me that he's not worth it, I have yet to hear a better argument when stacked on top of all the other things, right? No first-round pick. You had a trade for him last year and didn't take it. You're expecting him to be a better player in a 3-4 defense. It's like all of these reasons stacked on top of one another. It makes the $4 to $5 million difference that we're probably talking about in contracts. It makes it trivial. Like I really feel like this organization is turning a mountain into a molehill. We're gonna have more money next year than we have at our disposal this year. So even if we pay him, it's not like we're a cash-strapped football team. We're just not.
I agree. I honestly, I've already said record that I wouldn't pay him because I don't think he's quite worth it yet. But now that being said, I said it in Spaces the other day that in reality, it's a difference of $5 million. $5 million. You know what $5 million is? $5 million is to cut Dante Jackson's lame ass, and you got it covered.
Yeah.
Ian Thomas makes $3.8 million. If you worried about $5 million, you can fix that $5 million somewhere else. Real damn simple. It's not that hard of a concept.
And do y'all remember last year, Pickle, when Federer did a press conference and somebody asked him about Brian Burns' future contracts and what it would mean against the cap, and Federer blatantly said that, there are ways to maneuver and offload money in order that you're going to have enough cap space to be able to sign him. He basically said there are ways to work around it if you know what you're doing with contracts. So why is it that every action that we have taken goes against everything that our leaders have verbally said out their mouth?
Because Fitter's an idiot. He's a liar.
Exactly.
He's a liar.
You know, Cody, I was listening to the radio today or yesterday. It was WFNZ. I don't even remember who the hell the guy was. I called him a dickhead and turned it off actually afterward. But when I thought about it, I did. I thought about it a lot. What he said, and he made sense after I got done bitching about it, and I heard him. He said, the question is, how come everything that happened under Matt Rule that was bad is still happening?
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought, and he said it. He said, because Scott Fitter is still in charge.
Hey, man.
Truth.
Hey, let me welcome in a special friend of the show. You know him from 704 Charlotte Bound Podcast.
Oh, Twan, what's up, man?
It's my man, Twan Don. Twan, what's up, bro?
What's going on,
What's up, Twan?
There, man.
What's up,
Twan? I've been listening the whole time, man. Like, just give me 2 minutes.
Do your thing, bro.
All right.
One thing I would like to add when it comes to that, we were talking on the Wednesday show about how the salary breaks down for Burns, and like even if the contract was like in the 28 to 30 mil range, it's only 25 guaranteed. So like the rest of it's incentive based. So I mean, we're not. It's not really super different, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Let me go to you, Twan. The floor is yours, bro.
All right, so check this out, man. When it comes to the pro game, and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings tonight. I'm just being completely honest. I'm getting this shit off my chest. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to Pickle. Diesel skills. These are some of my great debate partners. John from One Carolina. The Carolina Panthers fan base is one of the worst fucking fan bases alive.
I agree, Tom.
Don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself. I wanted to catch G Baby because G Baby does a lot of fucking yelling and not making a lot of fucking sense.
That's true.
We did that already.
This
man.
Brian Burns shit. So listen. So he was going in on social media. I sent him a chart that showed what Brian Burns did in the time when Peppers was here, or what Peppers did. Cody, it was almost identical, right?
Yeah, their numbers are not very
Julius
different,
Peppers.
man.
Then
Their numbers are not very different.
Then I put up what he did versus my man over the 49ers. The numbers are not that much different. So the history of the Carolina Panthers have always been, we don't pay our players, our homegrowns. We let them go off and be successful with other teams. We don't pay the people that work the hardest for this organization.
Yep.
And we're talking about people who want to stay here. Gilly wanted to stay.
It's disgraceful.
Rex was going to stick around. They didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
And now Brian Burns, one of the hardest working motherfuckers on this team. People are actually talking about watching to see him walk.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you the first thing right here.
Ready?
I got you. Listen, I don't know. More bullshit. It's not y'all's money. It's not going to actually come out of your pockets.
What do we care, man?
It's not going to actually come out of your bank account. It's not. When you guys argue, do you know how much money we have next year?
A lot.
Jack Brown will get paid. He will get paid. Y'all screaming Jeremy Chan? Jeremy Chan been getting cooked for the last 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
He got to get his shit together before he get paid. Y'all want to pay Horn?
I would agree.
Horn's, he can't stay on the field, and you want to pay him?
And we got a little while before we got to pay him.
Right.
Yeah. I hear you.
Here's my point. Here's my point. Now take this in when I say this. Take this in when I say this. As Carolina Panthers fans, who in the fuck do we think we are? We are demanding shit like we the Kansas City Chiefs or some shit. Who is it that, let me ask yourself, who is it that Carolina fans think we are? Other players are watching to see how we handle this Brian Burns situation.
It sets up.
Who the fuck is going to want to come here if they don't pay that man?
You don't think every other player in this locker room is looking at how this team is treating one of their most tenured and one of their most just the best player on defense, the best leader that you have in your entire locker room?
It is
you
not just us watching.
You are fooling yourself.
Everyone.
You are fooling yourself. But hold on, you are fooling yourself if you don't think that the other players are looking at this like a J.C. Horn, like a Derek Brown, Jeremy Chan, whoever. They're saying, "Oh, bro, if Brian isn't getting paid, you know damn well they're not about to pay my ass when it comes my turn to come around."
And free agents.
Hey,
this is
what that's why I said give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
One at a time, guys.
I want to introduce Fourth. Fourth jumped in the building. Fourth, what's up, bro?
I ain't nothing too much, Cody, man. Shit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. At the end of the day, we need to look at the top person in charge, man, because dealing with this Brian Burns shit, and like Twan said, it ain't our fucking money, man. It's the top man in charge of money. And at the end of the day, yeah, because see, my thing is...
You guys want to keep blaming Fitterer for everything, right? It's not his money. It's Tepper's money. Tepper's just as fucking responsible.
And Twan, don't you understand? Let me get in here for a second. We're not.
Pickle bitch
First
at me
off,
for saying that.
what's up, Twan? Hope you're doing good on this.
Y'all want to see Brian Burns walk?
Okay.
That
No,
shit makes
bro,
makes me sick on the
Hey,
stomach.
hey, Twan, that's just like letting her song Reddit walk. That's like letting her song Reddit walk.
We let
Hey,
Gilly walk.
Hey, yo, Anthony, I'm gonna let you go right after this. If you're not going to pay Brian Burns, then why the fuck did you not pay Hassan Reddick when he had all the proven production?
It makes no
that
sense,
you wanted
Cody.
to see in
Right.
him.
To that question. Stop acting like you don't. You know the answer to that question. Matt Rule said on NFL Network himself. He said, "If I knew that we had to win now, this was a day after he got fired. If I knew we had to win now, I would have kept Hassan Riddick." By that very terminology, says that the stuck-up Matt Rule did it because he thought he was the most important person in the world.
But Pickle, is that even a good excuse? I don't know.
I'm
that
saying
it
it's
is.
an excuse. I'm just saying he's the one that as you guys have put it countless times, he was the guy in charge. He made the decisions.
Let me say this.
Listen to this, man.
Let me say this.
Somebody
Hold on,
just said it in the chat too. You cannot play star players minimum wage.
Well, what the fuck
They
is
will
minimum
not stay
wage in the
here.
NFL, dude? You think $23 million is minimum wage? I mean, reality is Brian Burns ain't worth that fucking money. Reality is Brian Burns hasn't done enough on the field to be worth $25 million. No matter how much you want to hype him up, no matter how much you want to put him up on a pedestal of eliteness, that motherfucker ain't got it.
Okay, so Cody,
All right, Pickle, you can shut the hell up now. You can shut the hell up now.
Cody, I'm tired of being told
Shut the hell up. Thanks for the old medicine.
Can I say what I gotta say? Cody, can I say what I gotta say?
I gotta respond to that.
He obviously didn't mean minimum wage.
I gotta respond to that. Let me respond to that.
Hold on.
I've been telling Anthony that he can go for like 50 minutes now. Let me let Anthony get off, and then I'll open it up.
I'm after Anthony.
One microphone, people.
Okay, this is what I wanted. Hey, Twan, I hope you're doing good, but listen, bro.
Appreciate it, brother.
I'm kind of where Pickle is. I think Brian Burns is a above good player. I think he's he's a great player. I think that this is on the front office and this is on Tepper, and I think this is why we're upset is because when you have bad ownership, there's nothing you can do. We've seen Dan Snyder with the Washington Redskins for a number of years now, and now they just finally got new ownership. So it's scary to see this happen. But I think it's also because this team, they just still don't know how to run this team yet.
That's factual.
No, I 100% think it's true because they declined the trade for Brian Burns, which gave Brian Burns all the leverage, and now they're trying to lowball him. That's incompetency, bro.
Yeah,
that's incompetence.
in the spot.
I'm just gonna hit you with logic. Pickle can yell all the fuck he want, but I'm about to shut him the fuck up right now.
I'd like to see that happen.
Pickle, you work a job, right? If I walk on your fucking job and you up for a fucking promotion, and I tell you no, you ain't fucking good enough. You didn't work your ass off this year. And not only that, I'm gonna pay you what I want to pay you. How the fuck are you gonna feel then? How are you gonna feel then? No, see, it's easy for people to count other people's checks. But when it comes to your check, Pickle, you gonna want as much money as you can fucking get. And you think it's a sin for him to want the same thing? Let somebody walk in your job and tell you what you worth.
Yeah, I want you to tell me.
Gentlemen, calm down, gentlemen.
There's no need to yell.
No. I'm speaking facts. It's just reality.
No, it ain't facts. It's facts according to your logic. It's not real facts.
If somebody come on your job and tell you what you were worth, we know
they do that all the time, Twan. That's called working in a manufacturing plant. Now, what I'm trying to tell you, I'm tired of people telling me if I have an opinion, I'm counting somebody's paycheck. That's an incompetent. That's an incompetent statement.
Guys.
It's an incompetent statement. I don't count your money. I don't tell Cody. I don't ask Cody why he's got
up here crying, whining.
Pickle, you're gonna get a heart attack, bro. Stop.
They get wired. Pickle's getting wired like that when he knows he's wrong. Hey guys, why do we work?
You lied.
Why do we work, guys?
That's you're a liar, Twan.
Why do we go to work? Why do we go to work? What do we ultimately go to work for?
Money.
To make as much money as we possibly can. And Pickle right now is trying to convince y'all that his job can pay him whatever they want to pay him.
No one's saying
I have different opinions, so I'm a mean motherfucker. Is that right, Twan?
No, everybody's taking this shit too personal.
No, I'm not taking it personal at all. That's just Pickle. Pickle's my man, bro. Hey, Pickle, I still love you, man.
No, hold on. I'm muting everyone, bro. I'm taking control of this shit.
No, don't mute me, man.
Listen, the only thing that both sides are trying to say, and every side has their argument to make about it being a legit argument. If you want to say that Brian Burns has not earned the dollar amount that he is asking for, you're entitled to feel that way. But on the other hand, someone else is willing to say, and if they're willing to say, you know what, we're going to have more money next year than we do this year. Federer fucked up this whole thing and put himself in this situation, and that we just need to pay the man the money because we'd rather be with him than be without him. That is a legitimate argument as well.
So let me tell y'all what my beef is. My beef with the fans is this. And it goes, look, I love Pickle to death, man. We do this from time to time, man. Listen, my beef with fans is this, though, man. You go to work to make as much money as you possibly fucking can, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this man is busting his ass out here. We can sit here and go, what, Bosa getting paid or whatever. One thing you can't get rid of is the market. You can't get rid of the fucking market. Do y'all know who motherfucking Brian Burns' agent is? He's not going to accept less. It's the market. The market is undefeated.
Hey, Twan, let me carry off to what
you're saying. It's undefeated.
All right, I'm going to go to JJ, and then I'm going to get Fourth back in. After that, Fourth never got to finish his
It blows my mind. I've said it like this before, not entirely like how Twan said it. Twan said it in a great way. But it's crazy to me that like Pickle, Anthony D's, Cody, everyone will all be like, yeah, well, let's give him 24, 25. Well, fuck, just give him 32. It's not your money. Like, at the end of the day, at that point, you want him on the team. And if you got to match him to another player, even if they don't put up the same production, you still want them on the team. And if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. If it takes for the Panthers to GM to just be great at their job, then let's do that. Like, there's still no reason to just be like, we should only want 24, pay him for this little amount, but then like worry about paying him 36, like $6 more million a year. It doesn't really make sense to me.
JJ, you're missing the point that we've been saying. If you're gonna pay him all that shit kind of money, then we should be expecting that he plays better.
Remind me what I said in the space yesterday.
You can't just. Okay, are you guys really gonna
Did
be
I not?
satisfied?
Did I not say?
We had a lot to say.
Hold on. Are you
guys
guys
one at a time?
Are you guys really gonna be satisfied? And Brian Burns is a great player. Are you really gonna be satisfied? We pay him Nick Bosa fucking money, and he just has the same season again. Are you gonna be satisfied with that? So
we have to risk it.
So you don't expect any improvement. You don't expect any
improvement. You have to take quality risk.
I'd rather have him than not.
No,
I would rather have him.
Can't replace him.
I would rather slightly overpay him than not.
Top like 7 money, bro. Why can't we overpay Brian Burns, bro? If he's gonna play like how he did in his 4th year, every year from now on, then why not keep him on this team?
The man just went to 2 Pro Bowls and y'all acting like he went to the toilet bowl.
One thing the Saints never regretted was paying Cam Jordan, bro. He's always been a fucking productive player. And if the Saints would have been asked, hey, if it meant paying him $5-6 extra million a year to keep him all those years, they would have said yes, because he was a great player for them year in, year out, bro. He was a franchise staple. And we should fucking do that with Brian Burns and get back to what we did with Luke Kuechly and Cam Newton and some other players we did.
All
right, hang on. Wait, hold on. I know people are wanting to get in. Fourth got cut off earlier. I want him to be able to get his opinions, everything he's saying. Fourth, you still there, bro?
Yeah, man. I ain't no pushover, man. I ain't trying to knock nobody out the way neither. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, if you had people that was willing to give you first round picks and second round picks for Brian Burns, if he leave his team right now and go someplace else, 9 out of 10, they're gonna pay him the same money that he want. They don't give a fuck about none of that. We don't have this and we don't.
He gonna get more.
We not looking at that, man. At the end of the day, again, like I said, he gonna get his money regardless. If he want to hold out and maybe 4 or 5 games, if they still bullshitting with him, another team will pick him up and give him the fucking money right then and there. Y'all act like it ain't possible.
They're gonna pay him.
Exactly.
Somebody will pay Brian Burns the money that he is looking to get. So why not us?
And that that's
never
fine.
gonna pay anybody if we don't pay fucking.
No, that's fine. Pay him. But
David
the whole
Tepper
thing
is an idiot.
Yo, David Tepper is the worst fucking owner I've ever seen, dude. Like he makes
No, he ain't the worst.
I'm gonna say this too, man.
He's fucking terrible. He hired a college coach that was unfucking proven to a 7-year deal that looked like a goddamn salesman at your local fucking CVS.
Hey, who that is talking, man? Hey, I want to piggyback off of that because you're right, my man. You're right. The same money that
terrible owner, man. Don't give me that bullshit.
Nah, the ownership with the Browns has been the most ridiculous bullshit.
And David
Bullshit,
Tepper,
bro. I've seen the Browns come back to relevancy since we've been garbage, bro. How, guys? We've been incompetent since David Tepper has been here. Do you realize that? We've been incompetent, bro.
But fans still don't want to play star players. We don't pay our players. It goes down the road, man. Listen, Burns. Before Burns, it was Reddick. Before Reddick, it was Bradbury. Before that, it was Gilly. We didn't want to pay fucking Gilly. I mean, you name the last star we had on our team that got the correct compensation. They didn't want to fucking pay Cam.
Hey, Twan, can I ask you something?
Wait. I'm about to say.
The last player that got a real check.
Christian McCaffrey.
Jack,
but he was playing.
McCaffrey.
DJ Moore just got paid last year.
Yeah,
and where is he at now?
And then we traded.
We traded him.
Retarded. All we had to do. Okay, I'm not even gonna go down this path. But regardless, this is all on David Tepper, and the fact that they're bullshitting with Burns is complete lunacy. I agree. You have to pay him whatever now, but the fact that they act like they actually have leverage, they act like they have a great poker hand, when in reality they're about to get fucking flushed down the fucking toilet, bro.
They got a handful of Uno cards
out here on this table.
Let me ask you this. This is a question that I have not asked yet. Let's say the Panthers do not. They say, hey, you're going to play under your 5th-year option, and for every game that you miss, we're going to fine you, as we have the right to do under the rules of your contract. Let's say they do that. Do you think Brian Burns plays against Atlanta, or does he continue this holdout?
He gonna hold the fuck out, man. Fuck y'all.
Is Brian Burns willing to sit out the whole season in order to get paid? Now, hold on.
Anyway.
Hold on. My man Deez raised his hand like a gentleman. So I'm going to let him go first. Go ahead, Deez.
Appreciate it, guys. $880,000 per game is his game check. That's what his game check is. Chris Jones' game check is $1.1 million per game. Chris Jones sat up in the luxury box last night and watched those Kansas City Chiefs take a big fat L, and you can't help but think that Brian Burns said, you know what? I might just sit out versus Atlanta and watch the Panthers take that big fat L, and then they'll know how much they need me then, just the way Chris Jones is winning that conversation down in Kansas City. All right, that's all I had to say. Thanks, guys.
That was a great point, Deez. That's a
Because
great
I'm looking
point,
at it
bro.
like this too. Now we got the guy named Houston.
Yeah.
Okay. Justin Houston had how many sacks last year?
9.5.
How many Brian Burns had last year?
12.5.
12.5.
Okay, so if you got both of them on the field, and I'm pretty sure Houston can eclipse, I don't give a fuck if it's half of that, but he still had production last year. Now, he ain't no Hassan Reddick, but if you got him and Brian Burns on there, I'm pretty sure we can win that game against Atlanta.
Y'all saw what it looked like.
but
He making a
he's
great
not
point.
Brian
Y'all
Bur-
saw
Brian
what Burns and Reddick and Hassan Reddick looked like. Y'all saw what that tandem looked like. It was ugly. Teams didn't want to see that shit.
Saw that in
They
person.
didn't want to see
It was
that
pretty
shit.
rough.
And I'm just making this one last point because I got to go in a minute, Cody. Listen, playing that position is not all about sacks. Everybody keep looking at the sacks.
Oh,
It's the double teams that you command, bro. It's the rushes. It's getting up in the quarterback's face and making him rush. You got to look at all the stats. We cannot base these guys just on sacks. It's a
Let me
lot
ask you
that
this.
goes into that position.
Let me ask you this, Twan.
Yep.
Okay, so since it seems like because we all seem to value Brian Burns higher than what this coaching staff does at this point, which is complete lunacy. Because I still don't understand how he hasn't been signed. They've been talking about this contract shit with him for the last 2 months, man. And it's like, I don't know who's incompetent here. Is it David Tepper? Is he being too cheap? Because clearly he's not cheap enough to own a soccer team. I don't
David Tepper don't know what the fuck he doing.
I'm gonna say that same shit. He don't know what the fuck he doing,
Let's
man.
all admit that he don't know what he's doing. That's why he won't come in front of a fucking camera because he don't. That he says Scott out there to do his dirty work.
Twan, you right. I ain't seen that motherfucker in about 2 months. You right.
Fucking owner, dude.
David Tepper refuses to step in front of a fucking camera because you saw what he did to one of those reporters. He's so scared that somebody's gonna make him look stupid that he don't want to embarrass himself, man.
Right.
Because he doesn't want to admit, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but why open your goddamn wallet up to your coaching staff, like you said earlier, but not to your players? Your coaching staff can rotate in and out all day long, but your players.
No fucking sense, bro. No sense at all.
Hey, coaches don't count against the cap.
Hey, let me ask this. Let me ask this, man. I know we're kind of Brian Burns out, but I'm probably gonna go to about 9:30
Until they sign this
tonight.
motherfucker, I'm not.
So let me turn the discussion to something different, something I thought that we would have talked about way more. But this will be Bryce Young's first NFL game. What are you expecting? What are you expecting out of Bryce Young? Now, DJ Chark, they're saying it's going to be up to the coaches. Adam Thielen.
Nah, he's rolled out.
No, he's out.
No, he's
rolled out.
Yes.
Chark's out.
Why the fuck we got him then?
I told you he's fucking
exactly. Why the fuck do we get this?
Because Scott Fitter and David Tepper. That's why.
Because
Scott Fitter, injury prone. He always missed more than he plays. It shouldn't be a secret to any Panther fan.
Because Scott Fitter has a fetish
Should have
for
never picked
mid-ass,
that bitch up, man.
disgusting, ugly ass.
Exactly. It's what I said when we were
So then, do you think that there's a possibility
nobody listens.
that
We trade for
Atlanta's
Deegan.
defense might give him some trouble?
Obviously,
Man, we
have the
look,
worst
man.
receiving core in the fucking league, bro.
I don't
Get
know.
our ass beat Sunday, man.
listen.
Yo, no.
Damn near. Damn near. Cody, you roll your eyes, but we are bottom 5 in
We're
the
going to
league.
get
in
our ass
receiving options.
bodied on Sunday, bro.
I mean,
if we can't
Cody,
stop the game, bro, we're toast.
It's just
that's the big
incredible.
thing. But I think we're gonna beat ourselves, bro. I mean, if we're gonna lose this game, we're gonna beat
We lost
ourselves.
to Marcus Mariota.
I'm not like
People are talking about Desmond Ridder. We lost to fucking Marcus Mariota last year.
Hold on, JJ. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm just not super worried about the Falcons roster versus our roster. Like I'm worried about our mistakes, and I'm worried about like us beating ourselves. You know, and
You know
Bryce,
what? Hey,
as far as that
and
goes
that's
back
a
to
good point
Bryce,
right there.
Like Bryce, it's his nerves. Like he's humble and calm and collected in practice and in training camp and in all this other shit.
Hey, Cal,
but what happens when he's down? But what happens when he's down?
Weapons on Sundays?
I know that's what I'm saying. What happens when he's down? If he goes down, I want to see his nerves. That's the biggest.
No, I'm not worried about Bryce Young.
I think Bryce gonna be all right, man.
Bryce is our come on, gang.
I
think he's gonna be all right.
Bryce is the best.
I'm asking everybody, who is his weapons? Who is his weapons Sunday?
Nobody. And here's what makes no sense. How come?
That's such a dumb argument. That's such a dumb argument to say nobody. Like Jonathan.
Bro, he averaged 40 yards a game last year.
This is Mingo's first game, bro.
Hayden Hurst disappeared. Like, bro, y'all.
Hurst didn't do shit
Cody, I'm gonna be real.
You're hyping up Hayden Hurst?
The fact that y'all are defending Amari Barno and YGM
Nobody
more than our receiving core.
No,
that's a bit fucking wild to me.
Nobody said they were good,
That's
bro.
a bit wild to me, bro.
Cody, we're pointing out that our weaponry of receivers looks miles worse than what the league around us does. And no matter even if they're NFL talent, there's a reason nobody was running into free agency to sign these guys. That's the point. As great as Bryce is, he's a rookie, and even Cam Newton got set up way better as a rookie, bro. It's like,
Cody, Christian McCaffrey had more receiving yards last year than Adam Thielen, our wide receiver one, our best receiving option, who had the best production last year. And our old running back had more receiving yards.
That's such a terrible analogy.
No, that's not, bro.
Yeah, that's a
DJ
terrible
also
comparison.
had more than him.
Okay,
Bro,
what about
stop
CMC
it.
in 2019 got more receiving yards?
The Vikings went out of their way when their tight end went down to trade for a tight end, then say, oh, we're not going to restructure, cut you, and re-sign you to a cheaper deal. No, we just don't want you. We're going to cut 5-6 other starters on defense and still drop a wide receiver in the first round, bro.
Is TMJ playing? Is TMJ playing Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah.
He really.
I got a question.
He's playing Sunday. Okay.
Our offensive line.
Yeah,
got to do it.
One of them things. If you pay attention, you know that there, man. I'm gonna say something. First and foremost, if you paid attention on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Mondays and Thursdays, excuse me, me and Deez do a Twitter space. Pay attention to that. You'll hear a lot more things sometimes than you hear on here. I'm more calmer there.
And we'll be recapping the game too. We'll be on
I want to shout out me
man.
and Anthony, who actually said in the Twitter space Thursday, which was yesterday, that given everything concerning, we might as well pay Brian Burns what he wants. I know some folks on this show think that we hate Brian Burns, but that's not really the idea. A lot of folks also thinks that we, every time we talk about what a player makes, we're having our hands in his pockets, and that's just not true. Just because we have an opinion. Number two is the wide receiver core. You know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. And I say that reality because the next time you decide to hype up Scott Fitterer with your little laser eye bullshit, remember this day. Remember how he fucked your ass over.
And let me add on to
He's
this.
done that. Let me tell you what. You know who didn't pay Gilly? Scott Fitterer.
You right.
All the players.
Who
let
the chat?
No, let him.
I mean, Scott can still fix that shit though.
No.
It ain't like
I want y'all to understand.
Fucking up now.
I want y'all to understand.
Hey, look, man, I'm not feeling Scott right now, but he can still fix the shit. I mean, by doing the right fucking thing.
Yeah, but guess what, Twan? How is he doing with the Brian Burns situation? Fucking
But how many times does the GM has to go fix his fuck ups before you get tired of him fucking up?
Exactly. And
I mean, enough is enough. You know, you knew before you signed DJ Chark, he was injury prone and he normally misses half the year. You knew how old Adam Thielen was, and he had injury issues last year. That's not a surprise. Mm-hmm. You knew when you drafted TMJ that he was hurt, and he stays hurt quite often. That's not a surprise. Okay? Let's be real. You know all these things in advance. Okay? Normal NFL GMs would know this before it happened and be better prepared, but you didn't.
And let me just say this. I'm shouting out me and
Picker, that going to scouting too, man.
I'm shouting.
Trust
me,
me.
That's what I'm talking about, my friend.
Yeah,
Scott Fitterer doesn't draft him.
I'm shouting.
I'm trying to put this into context, though.
Okay.
But Pickle, if we go out and Scott says, and I'm not bigging him up, if Scott goes out and gets big names, right? Then what we got? And trust me, I don't like Chark and some of this bullshit he went out and got.
Yeah.
But if he went out there and got big names, then how the fuck would we wouldn't have the money to pay Burns right now.
That's not true because
I don't know about that.
Who else are we paying on this fucking
get big
team,
names
bro?
like that. He
Yes,
couldn't
we
go get a
can.
whole lot of
Yes,
big names.
This is the
my
benefit
friend,
of being on a rookie quarterback with the
Let me ask you your question.
I'm just saying I'm asking the question. How was you gonna pay all of them? That's all I'm asking.
Dude, so you're telling hold on, let me speak.
Hey, Twan, you paid their ass under the table.
You're telling me just because we pay one
Sound
player,
like you got your hands in somebody else's pocket.
No, the reason we're not paying Brian Burns right now is because David Tepper is a cheapo. It's not that we can't. We can. And the other thing is there's no way we can't pay a guy like T. Higgins in the offseason, one free agent to bring in. This is called having a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract. If they can't bring in free agent players with that, then they're a bad organization. It's that simple.
Wake up.
Okay, since y'all missed my question. If we went and got some bigger names during the offseason, how was we gonna pay all of them?
Okay, what bigger names are you talking about, my friend? Really?
Okay, so who did y'all want? You said T. Higgins. So we go out and get T. Higgins, right?
No, I didn't say T. Higgins. T. Higgins still is under contract with the Bengals. We're not talking about him.
So I'm saying,
I wanted DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins.
They want to come here though. They want to come here though.
No, he never said that. He reached out to teams. He reached out to teams and they didn't want him. He didn't even mention the Panthers. If the Panthers called him up, he could have potentially come here.
Nah, fuck that. That's DeAndre Hopkins. Fuck
yeah, but Hopkins said he wanted to be a rookie though, man. That came out of his mouth.
Can I say something, please? Can I say something?
Would be a top 3 wide receiver in our history of day one.
Wait, hold on, one at a time.
But the reason why Arizona released him, shut up, Michael. The reason why Arizona released him. The released him was because nobody offered them anything. So you're telling me that if we were really truly interested, right before they released him, we would say, Arizona, we'll give you a conditional 7th round pick next year for him. We'll even throw in Shi Smith, who we cut anyway.
But D-Hop,
they would have said no.
But part of D-Hop's deal was he wanted to be able to have some say of where he went, and he didn't want to come to Carolina.
But that's the point.
Yeah,
that's the point. Under contract, he doesn't have any choice where he goes unless he wants to retire.
Wait. Can I say something real quick? Why are we adverse to overpaying anyone? Like, if you're not, hold on, Tom. If you're not, all right, if the organization does not want to pay that much for Brian Burns, well, then why didn't they pay a little more for a receiver of the level of DeAndre?
Because
and they chose to settle for receivers that everybody says are old and injury prone. It's why are we nickel and diming the 2023 season?
What are we rookie quarterback with a rookie quarterback that we're not paying a quarterback. We're not even paying $18 million a season to Sam Darnold. Like, bro, this all leads into my next point, and then I'll shut up. Bryce Young is set up for fucking failure this season. I thought this team was going to be better fucking suited or this and that. But in reality, none of the rookie quarterbacks are this year. And it's all on this organization because, we're a 7-win team. We're picking at pick 9. Yeah, well, they gave away all our fucking offensive weapons to get the damn quarterback.
And by the way, why Big Jordan in the chat says they have money set aside for other players. What other players? If it's not Brian Burns, what other player?
You got to be worried about the motherfucker that's up now.
What other player has done more for this team on defense right now than Brian Burns?
Nobody.
Zero.
Not even close.
That's what I'm saying.
Man,
if you're not going to pay top dollar for the guys that are on your team, well, then why not do it for a proven player that would help your first-round draft pick that you moved up for after you traded away DJ Moore and Christian McCaffrey.
Cody, you know why? Because
0 cents.
They want him to be like Shaq Thompson to take a pay cut, man, so that way they ain't got to pay him too much.
I don't get this whole thing. Why do they like to bring in these average?
It's called
free agent players?
incompetency.
Yes, they bring in these average free agent guys. How the fuck did Adam
This
Thielen
is
get a
all
three-
Scott Fitterer's ever brought in was average players. He's
And
only
people
ever
might be
brought in
wrong, but
average
listen,
players. He's never
guys-
brought in elite players unless they come in the draft, and he don't know how to draft elite players.
Matt
So-
Rule
Hey,
has
look, this is the point I was trying to make in the very beginning. Listen,
David Tepper was
the
here.
reason why we do all this dumb shit is because this is the Carolina way.
Yeah.
Man,
This is
fuck
what
that,
we
man.
do
Listen,
all the time.
we ain't never gonna win no fucking Super Bowl or
This is
even
why
get halfway
guys
there with that
don't
shit.
want to come play in Charlotte.
Right.
And I got beat up about this shit a year ago because they are all watching and they're like, I'm not fucking with that team. They don't even do right by their players.
Yeah,
it's retarded.
Yeah, we ain't never gonna have no Super Bowl caliber team if that's the fucking case.
Do you guys hear what other defensive ends say about Brian Burns? They
Yeah,
call
they
him a
view him as
killer.
one of the best.
They say
And
he
by
one of
the
the
way-
best, and we got our own fans saying he ain't fucking worth the money.
And hold on, you know
Blah,
what
blah,
I'm
blah.
willing to bet, man?
Yeah, that's it. Blame it all on the fans.
Well,
They
look,
blame it
hey,
all
hold
on the
on.
fans. It's a
Wait,
fan's
hold on.
fault.
Blame it on the fans.
That's it. Just blame it all on the fans. It's all the fans' fault.
When y'all say
It's all
dumb
the fans' fault.
What I'm
It's
saying
not
is
the
that
team win the
every
Super Bowl.
about?
It's because the fans did it for him.
It's not
That's
the fucking
stupid as
fan.
fuck.
It's fucking David Tepper for undervaluing Brian
No,
Burns.
we got
That's
some
whose
shitty
fault
fans,
it
bro.
is.
You're never
We
willing
got
to
some shitty
overpay
ass
Damn right we do.
anyone. If you're never willing to overpay anyone, then you're not willing to pay to compete. And by the way, I can't prove this because the season has not started yet. But you cannot tell me that Brian Burns moving to a 3-4 defense, which everybody agrees it should have been in the entire time, is not going to benefit him more than anything ever has in this entire time playing for the Panthers. That contract is going to pay for itself multiple times over. And that's why it pisses me off so much. It's bad business moves.
And
It's
we also
bad
had
business moves
DJ
every way
on a
around.
reasonable contract too. Like even if
Very
you just look at it
reasonable.
at a financial standpoint, we already had DJ locked up at a reasonable price for the next 3 years compared to a person we had for another year and a half per se when we could have gotten that trade from the Rams. And then when we traded him, we only had 1 year
Blame Scott
left.
Fitterer.
Also, let me say this.
You've been calling for him to get fired, so clearly you blame him too, bro.
You're damn right I
What's
do.
up, Kevin?
Don't take
Hold on.
anything
Hold on.
personally.
I don't blame the fans.
There ain't
I
no
blame
need to
the
yell.
fans.
Ain't no need to yell.
Stop.
Let my boy, who's in Atlanta right now, preparing for the game.
Hey,
The homie white chocolate espresso.
What's up,
Lemon
Kevin?
pepper wings.
Chris,
It
what's
better be
up,
lemon
man?
pepper.
The honey pot lemon pepper wings.
I
That's
knew
what
it.
Yes, sir, Kevin.
I watched some
Hey, Kevin,
Dolphins
those wings
dance
are little
earlier.
as hell, though, bro. They tiny.
What?
Them Atlanta wings are tiny as fuck.
I haven't eaten them yet. I'm gonna try them right now. But I
Hey,
just saw.
so look, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna start with Kev, and we're gonna go around. We're gonna do some final predictions, and we're gonna get up out of here. I gotta leave a little bit early tonight. So, Kev,
That's perfectly fine.
so here's what we're gonna do. Do you think Brian Burns plays? Yes or no?
I
And
don't-
what is the final score? Atlanta and Carolina.
My prediction is I don't care, and I don't care because I saw Dolphins dance tonight. And it was amazing. And I'm about to eat some good ass wings. Y'all can have fun.
You
You
saw
know, complain about
Dolphins
Burns.
dance.
I don't give
What
a
the fuck
shit.
does that even mean,
I saw
bro? Is
Dolphins dancing.
that like
He sounds like a
some
game
Mexico?
I can't get angry.
Kevin the A.
I can't get angry. I saw Dolphins dancing. I can't get angry.
Bro,
And I
that's
got wings.
wild.
And I'm about to
Dolphins
eat.
dancing.
And I'm
You mean
about to
Dolphin
eat.
cheerleaders or some shit?
I'm about
Hey,
to eat some
Dolphins
pussy.
dancing sounds like code word for something.
Oh, I'm about to go dance with some dolphins after I eat these wings.
God damn, bro.
Ah, that nigga Travis Smith, man.
Hey,
All right,
Kev, go to Magic City.
Yo, all right, Kev, peace out. Let me go to my man Kyle. Kyle, give me does Brian Burns play? And what is your final score? Carolina and Atlanta.
All right, so I don't think Brian Burns plays. And if they don't get the deal done next week, I don't think he plays at New Orleans either.
Okay.
My final prediction for this week's score is 21-28, Carolina.
All right. 21-28. Carolina Panthers in Atlanta. Michael Wider, appreciate you being on the show, bro. Does Brian Burns play? And what's the final score?
I'm going to say Brian Burns plays. No, I don't see him playing this week. Then my final prediction is going to be 26-17 Carolina.
All right. We got some confidence, man. I'm liking the confidence. Let me go to my man, JJ. JJ, does Brian Burns play? And what's the final score?
Man, it's a coin flip on whether Brian Burns plays, but regardless, give me the Panthers 23-20. I think this will be a close game, low scoring, more in that kind of realm. Yeah, I think we'll come down to it at the end. Eddie Pinheiro hit a game-winning field goal to end our season last year. I think he could do it to open up our season this year. Got full confidence in Bryce to lead us down and put 23 points on the board. Hopefully the defense, even if Brian Burns isn't there, Derek Brown should be good enough and the players around him to stop the run game somewhat. Hopefully we could just limit them to just 20 points, you know what I mean? And just keep it a close game like that and come out on top 23-20.
All right, 23-20. I'm liking it so far. A lot of people think that it seems to be a close matchup. Fourth, let me go to you, bro. Does Brian Burns play? And what's your final score?
All right, yeah, man. Brian Burns gonna play, man. This is our first game. Now, if he want to be a dick about it, yeah, he gonna sit down. But I believe he gonna play 21-19 Carolina.
21-19. All right, so I'm hearing a lot of not playing, yet us still winning in spite of him not being on the team. All right. Twan Don. Jump in, bro. Does Brian Burns play? And what's the final score?
Yeah, I know he's not playing, man. His brother and his agent they're not gonna let him play. And he ain't gonna play. He shouldn't. Final score. And Cody, you hear me argue with all these damn Falcon fans every damn day over there on other channels and shit.
I hear
and
you,
me
man.
and you talking about what we gonna do. But listen, I don't even see it now, man. Atlanta 31 to Panthers 10.
Damn. Come on, man. We're getting drubbed according to Twan. All right, hey, I appreciate people that are willing to go against the grain, man.
They set that young boy up for the foul, bro.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna be Bryce's fault.
I'm hearing you, Panther Pickle. Does Brian Burns play? And who comes out with the W?
Yeah, he plays. And 14-7. Man.
14. All right. 14-7. Brian Burns plays. I'm actually gonna go right now because if you've been around here for any length of time, you know that we let the brand ambassador wrap us up. My man Diesel Skills, because he's so damn good at it. I am gonna say that Brian Burns will not play. And the final score is gonna be 24-31. Atlanta Falcons.
Bullshit, Cody. You did not pick the Dirty Birds, bro. You went back to your roots. You went back to your roots and put that jersey back on.
Nah, it's taking the fandom out of it.
You know what?
Man, Cody, come on. I'm so disappointed.
You know what it is? You know why? You know why, man? It pains me to have to do that. Yeah. But, bro, I believe the shit that I say. And when I say that it's my opinion that this defense is not able to compete without Brian Burns rushing the passer the way that we're built. The way that we're built right now, I mean that. And listen, I want everyone to come back and make fun of me and clown me if I'm wrong and we lose. I hope I am wrong. I hope y'all
Cody,
are
I'll
doing
stand
just
next
that.
to you, bro. I'll
Yeah,
stand next
I
to
mean,
you.
that's
I'm
just what
so
I believe,
surprised
man.
your Panthers bias
Throw
didn't
tomatoes,
kick in,
whatever.
man.
I mean,
Who
hey,
y'all
and,
think gonna lead on
but
defense?
also,
Jack Thompson?
Hey, but listen, let me put this out there, though. Let me put this out there,
Can't
though.
pick the dirty birds.
Time out. Hold on. Time out. I also have a bunch of fans, Panther fans, telling me how trash we are at wide receiver. So I don't know why y'all are saying that it's so wild that I think Carolina could lose this.
They say all this bad shit, and then they say we gonna win.
Yeah, and then y'all blame me for it, and then y'all want to blame me for being rational. All right.
You can't pick a division rival, is all I'm saying.
Cody,
Like,
my son is a
record, I
Falcons
don't think
fan.
quite-
I don't give a fuck. We still gonna beat their motherfucking ass.
So
Cody, they want you to lie to him then.
Like,
Cody,
So
do you want
they lie.
Cody, do you want me to go before D's gets out of here? Or
Oh
gets
yeah,
out? You forgot me, bro. You forgot
I
Miranda,
know.
bro.
Bro, when there's so many people yelling, I lose track of everything, bro.
Nah,
My bad.
it's straight, bro.
Anthony, get in, bro. Does Brian Burns play? And what's your final score?
Brian Burns sadly does not play because David Tepper is an entitled cheap asshole. And you know, I've been going to games since I was like 8 years old. I'll fucking bleed black and blue till I die, man. This is my squad. I'm one of the biggest Bryce Young fans there ever will be. And I still think he's gonna pull out the dub. 24-21, game winning field goal drive. Eddie Pinheiro hits about like a 44-yarder to send us home, and we're gonna win. Even with these trash receivers, everyone's gonna see the Bryce Young can be this quarterback with little supporting cast, and I truly believe that. It will have to get better in the future, but that's where I'm at. And pay Brian Burns. I don't know what's gonna happen. Here's my last hot take: if they don't want to pay him the money, I think we should just trade him, man. Honestly, if they
We ain't gonna get nothing for him, man. We ain't gonna get what we looking for.
Well, I mean, man, that's the reality of what Twan said. This is the Panther way. We do a bunch of fucked up things.
We're also playing the Falcons, bro.
If we're
they
as
could
bad,
choke at any point.
Yeah, that comment right there.
What'd he say, Pickle?
It's right there on that screen, my friend. If Panthers are as bad as some of y'all say, we shouldn't have traded up for a quarterback because it's too early to put a quarterback on the field.
A lot
just
of
to
people
get
said
David
that
Hart.
shit though. A lot of people didn't want to trade up.
That's just that.
Yeah, but that's David Tepper on the phone, goddamn, talking his motherfucking ass off.
Pickle, they would have fucked that up too, though. Pickle, they'd have fucked that up too.
All right.
So at least we got Burns. At least we got Bryce out the deal.
So the last man up is the brand ambassador for the C3 Panthers podcast.
I agree.
He always brings that fire. And Don, I don't want to put any more pressure on you, but you put the pressure on by making it so incredible, bro.
Benediction.
I'm gonna let you speak your mind, and I'm gonna ask you the same question: does Brian Burns play? And what's the final score between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons?
Tell the truth now.
He always tells the truth.
I'm gonna try to. I promise I will. I may fib a little bit. PrizePicks supports this podcast, and I support this podcast as well. So please do not take any of your hard-earned money and go bet it on PrizePicks to any of my predictions. I've been watching football for a lot of years. I can tell you right now, my predictions are not that great. So let's not bet any of your hard-earned money on my takes on the C3 Panthers podcast. First of all, second of all, the professor was on to something earlier. He was talking about the details in the negotiation, and I want to bring you guys back to the escrow, right? So guaranteed money has to be put in escrow, and a big contract like this for Brian Burns is $100 million plus. And I don't care if you're a billionaire or not. I don't care if you're the second richest owner in the NFL. $100 million can make you a lot of money over the course of 6 months, especially if you're a hedge fund manager. That $100 million can make you a lot of money in about 20 minutes in the stock market. So
Facts,
that might be what
they don't
this is
know
about.
stop. They don't know stocks.
This might be about some guaranteed money and that money going into escrow. And I feel like that's what's holding this deal back. And I do not feel like Brian Burns plays tomorrow because these first two games, just like my boy 910 said, are against divisional opponents. They hurt worse. Just like that embarrassing loss that the Chiefs took last night, that hurt bad. And that was a big plus in the Chris Jones camp and another chance for Chris Jones to make his money as well. And these two losses to start the season, it'd throw that wet blanket Greg wants all over the Panthers and the fan base for this season. So, yeah.
Brian Burns numbers goes up.
Yeah, it'd be huge. It'd be absolutely huge. I don't see a lot of offense. A lot of times in the NFL season, the offense struggles behind the defense in the first few games of the season. The Panthers can get it turned on by week 6, guys. But week 1 and 2, I don't know. I see a low-scoring affair out here. We need to play some good defense. We really do. But we're pretty healthy. Even if we don't have Brian Burns, we're pretty healthy. I don't think losing Haynes is going to hurt us that bad. And the secondary's pretty much good to go. So let's go 14-17. I'm not picking the Atlanta Falcons over the Panthers on a Panthers podcast. I can't do it. Cody's strong enough to do it. I'm not. I'll take us by 3. Eddie gets his redemption tomorrow. Let's go, Eddie. Other than that, I want to thank everyone for joining the C3 Panthers podcast. This is year of 20 C3. There's 1.5 million reasons I can tell you why it is, but we appreciate each and every one of you. Join us throughout the week. We've got all kinds of different news for you to join now. Thanks for being a part. Thanks, guys.
My man, these ill scales. We appreciate you, brother. And hey, man, listen, y'all need to know. Head over to Carolina Chronicles.com because not only have we been putting out brand new articles every day for your reading enjoyment, we also have merch, man. We have merch. If you would like to represent and support the C3 Panthers pod, you know you can do it, man. You can rock the C3 shirt. Bro, everyone's been loving these, man. This is a way that you can really let everybody know that you rock with the C3 Panthers pod. And you know what else? Our boy Panther Pickle.
Y'all need to buy you some
shirt.
Oh, yeah. I'm going
to he'll tell you to shut the hell up. Man, go to Carolina.
Look at Pickle now.
Yeah, man. Go to Carolina Cat Chronicles.
I like that.
.com. Support the pod. Hey, man, we appreciate that. And by the way, just so everyone knows, after 30 minutes after every game, C3 post-game show, it's our biggest show that we do the entire year. Come react with us. We're either going to be your therapy session or your victory party, baby, over here at C3 Panthers Podcast. Gentlemen, I appreciate all of you for being here. My name is Cody Lashley, 1/4 of the C3 Panthers Podcast. We appreciate y'all, and until next time, keep pounding.